You're listening to Reading Fightin' Phillies Baseball on the R-Phillies Radio Network. Now, out to the ballpark with your broadcasters, Bob McCool and Jake Starr.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. FirstEnergy Stadium. It is Baseball Town back in action, and I said good morning for a reason. It is the morning game here at the first of a couple of morning games here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Fightin' Phillies begin a brand new series, a 6-game series with the Altoona Curve, the AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates, alongside Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool. Welcome to the pregame show, brought to you by Mike's Sandwich Shop. Jake, if you inhale really strong, right down the street in Stadium District, you'll be able to get a little bit of the whiff of this onions going forward for the steak sandwiches. Great place to stop before the game, after the game. Mike's Sandwich Shop right down the road on Center Avenue, bringing you the pregame show. And Jake, let's get right into where we are right now with the Fightin' Phils. The Phils coming off a road trip to Portland. They went 2-4 on the road trip, now 4-11 on the season. And right now, it's a start, obviously, the Phils didn't want to do. And right now, it's a little bit of trying to figure out exactly the personality of this team. You mentioned this, and I think it's worth mentioning a little bit more. They're hit very well here in Reading, haven't hit so much on the road.
It's crazy when you look at those home road splits, Bob. Reading on the road hitting a little over 200 per game. Well, 200 overall. We're at home, they're over 300. 8 more extra base hits at home compared to on the road. They played 3 more road games, too, than here in the friendly confines of FirstEnergy Stadium. And these confines certainly have been friendly so far. But 2 areas that you look at from the last, say, week, especially in Portland, that stand out, that can be an indication for things to come. The fielding's been better, errorless in 5 of the last 6 games, and the pitching is starting to improve. The ERA was sitting down towards the bottom of the Eastern League, cumulatively, relievers and starters, and now the ERA is creeping towards the middle of the pack. So the pitching's improving, the defense is improving, the bats, if they can hit at home the way they hit at home against Hartford, there's the 3 ingredients to success right there, and we'll see if the R-Phils can put a complete game together like we saw last time we were here against Hartford a couple of Sundays ago.
Yeah, and you don't want to sound like you're trying to make excuses for this team, but it's not like they're getting run out of the stadium on a regular basis. The wins and the losses obviously are not favorable for Reading to this stage at 4-11. But if you look at the game-by-game scores, and if you look at even inning-by-inning scores, the Fightins have been in it. They just have not been able to come up with the recipe for success. Al Padricki, the manager, is a very positive guy. He's very strong, feels very strong about the makeup of this team, that they can turn it on at some point in time. But then you start to worry about the mental aspect, because then it starts to weigh on you. And that's what this game can do to you, because you look at it from the perspective of, hey, tomorrow's another game, and that's the beauty of this game, is that you go back at it tomorrow night. But when the losses start to pile up a little bit more than the wins, then you start to look at it as, we got to go at it again. So you wonder about the mental makeup of this game, and I think this series back at home is a pretty good indicator as to whether or not they can get it restarted. And I think maybe putting a win, maybe 2 wins together, which seems like a lot at this point, but 2 wins right now in a row would make a big difference. And they were pretty close to doing that in Portland. They just couldn't get it done.
No, they were close. As you said, dropped 4 of 6. They had the extra inning game earlier on in the week. You win that, you split the series. You feel completely different about this team entering today. But we've seen a lot of lineup combinations. We've seen a lot of defensive combinations. I mean, I'm pretty sure every guy on this team is batted in every spot 1 through 9 of the lineup and has played every position from catcher to center field. Obviously, that's hyperbole. But here's a nugget for you to show how much shuffling has been. Rohan Rojas is the only guy who A, has played in every game this season, but B, has been in the same position in the lineup and the same position in the field every single day so far this season. He's the only one who knows when he walks into the clubhouse, I'm batting first, playing center field. Everybody else, they've been all over the place, and a lot of that is just trying to find a combination that works. And right now, Al Padricki has a lot of really strong cards in his deck, but it's about finding that flush, that straight, that 2 pair, that 4 of a kind, where you get the cards in the right order and finally something clicks. So the hope is you keep the shuffling, you keep trying to move things around, and you get something to click, then you get some consistency in that lineup. It's like you think about the Phillies from, 08, 09. You knew every single day, Rollins, Victorino, Utley, Howard, Burrell, so on and so forth. You knew that was 1 through 5 almost every single day in 2008. And having consistency in a lineup is big for a team. But this team right now, they're still in the learning stages. They're still trying to figure each other out, figure themselves out. What's their identity going to be? And I think today and I think this week is a great opportunity to really continue to build on what that identity could be.
And maybe an early morning wake-up call is exactly what this team needs. Today is another day of Throwback Tuesday, Throwback Thursdays each and every week, and on Select Tuesdays, the Fightin' Phils will be playing as the Reading Keystones, and every fan who walked through the gates this morning got themselves a brand new baseball cap, adults that is, coming through the gates, got themselves this hat that I'm holding in my hands, and if they're still interested and you want to make it out here, gates are open here at FirstEnergy Stadium. We're just inside the front gates on Tompkins Plaza, right past the merchandise store, where you can get your Reading Keystones merchandise along with your Reading Fightin' Phils merchandise as well. Again, tickets are still available. 11 o'clock is first pitch if you're watching us live on Facebook Live right here at FirstEnergy Stadium alongside Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool. The Curve at 7 and 7. The Phils, again, are at 4 and 11. To your point, Jake, when you start looking at the makeup of this lineup, I think one of the big losses, Baron Radcliffe had a shoulder injury in that series back here against Hartford, and so he is out of the lineup. Back in the lineup and getting his 2023 FirstEnergy Stadium debut is Ethan Wilson. The Phils thought they were back to having him back in the lineup. He played in Richmond, had a foot issue, came back, thought they were going to get him back in the lineup in the series back home against Hartford, but unfortunately could not go and was able to get going again in the road trip at Portland. He's back in the lineup today, and he is back into the 5-hole. If they can get him going, get him started, he's one of the top prospects in the organization. That could be a welcome addition for the Phils.
And he's back in the field for the first time since that Richmond series, too. Wilson DH'd a couple of times this weekend at Portland, and he looked good. The bat looked good. And he's another one of those guys, top 30 prospect for the Phillies, just gives another addition to this really interesting group that's mixed of veterans and prospects for the Philadelphia Phillies and for the Phils. So you hope having a bat like Wilson back in the lineup can be beneficial, and it should be. And I'm excited to see how he does back here at home.
We'll take a timeout, back with more of our pregame show brought to you by Mike's Sandwich Shop. We're live from FirstEnergy Stadium in Reading.
Hi guys, it's Mark with Oak Hills Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results in the bedroom. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify. 215-302-9999.
Welcome back to our pregame show. Again, we are live just inside the Tompkins Plaza at FirstEnergy Stadium. Our pregame show is brought to you by Mike's Sandwich Shop. Again, right down the road here at the Stadium District, Mike's Sandwich Shop, great place to stop before the game, after the game, whether it's cheesesteaks, hamburgers, whatever it is that's on your appetite, great place to get dinner after the ball game, because the ball game gets started at 11 o'clock. It is the morning game, the first of 2 consecutive morning games here coming up for the Phils, with their next homestand also starting with a Tuesday morning game. This is game 1 of a 6-game homestand for the Phils. Again, they're taking on the Altoona Curve, who comes in at 7 and 7. The Curve, the AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. We'll talk about the Curve a little bit as our show continues. But before we do that, Jake, just to finish up on the Phils, you mentioned the fact that the bats have gone cold, but on the flip side of it, the pitching has gotten better. And I think part of that is that obviously now that the starters are starting to extend themselves a little bit, get themselves, and obviously the Phils would like to get them into the 5th, maybe even the 6th inning. It's almost to that point, depending upon the success of the pitchers and how many pitches they're throwing. But I think also Al Padrique is now starting to find who he wants to pitch in certain situations in the bullpen, and the bullpen has really settled down since the beginning of the season.
Like we talked about with the lineup in the last segment, Bob, with the bullpen, it all comes down to guys getting comfortable in their roles. If you're a guy and I'm pitching the 6th inning today, the 8th inning tomorrow, we're up by 2 today, down by 4 tomorrow, it's different situations and it's different stresses. When you're a reliever and you're coming in with man on third, one out in the bottom of the 8th inning. That puts a lot more stress on your arm than it does pitching in the 6th inning with no one on, no one out. So a lot of it's situational. A lot of it's just how the bullpen's been managed. I think they've done a really good job managing this bullpen so far, and you're figuring out who your high leverage guys are being. Andrew Baker is really starting to settle down, which is going to be huge for this team moving forward, because Baker is one of those guys who can pump high 90s, maybe touch 100 if he's having a good day. Max Kuhn's another one of those guys. Keelan Kilgore, Braden Zarbniski. The list goes on and on about those high leverage late inning guys that Al Padrique, Brad Bergeson, and this staff is figuring out who those guys are going to be. And as time goes along and these guys get more reps and they understand their roles, they are going to settle down and the bullpen's going to improve. Like we've seen, the bullpen's been better and the whole staff's been better.
Yeah, and so you start to look at it. The other one is Brett Schultz, who's been really good. He's the guy he's brought into some really tight situations and has gotten the Fightin' Phils outside of those spots. And that's kind of the nature of the game of baseball anymore. The old days of somebody was a 7th inning guy, 8th inning guy, and your closer in 9th inning. It's really changed a lot in the sense that sometimes you need your closer in a spot where you need to get him out of a jam. And Brett Schultz has really fit that role. And in fact, he's got two of their 4 wins at this point in time in terms of what he's been able to do in some of those situations. They also have a guy like Taylor Lehman, who's a long, tall lefty that can come out of the bullpen and get some guys out. So all that is a factor in finding the roles for these guys and figuring out what's going to take place for them moving forward. And again, they will be taking on the Altoona Curve in the beginning of a 6-game homestand for the Fightin' Phils. The Altoona Curve at 7-7. They started out kind of in the same boat that the Phillies did. They got swept in their first series against New Hampshire, but they were able to win 4 out of 5 in their most recent series against the Bowie Bay Sox, and so that gets them back at the 500 mark. That's kind of a tale of the tape of what we're talking about with the Phils. If they can put together one of those series, take 4 out of 6 or even 5 out of 6 in a homestand, would be dynamite for this team to just feel a little bit better about themselves. The Curve come in here. There's a couple of big prospects, one of whom was not in the lineup, and that is Henry Davis, who was the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft. He is a catcher / maybe an outfielder. We'll probably see him play both over the course of this series, but Henry Davis is a player who's got star potential written all over him.
Davis, the first-round pick out of Louisville University, has quickly made his way through the Pirates system. A lot of Pirates fans thought there was a chance he would start in the big leagues. Would he start in AAA? What the Pirates ended up wanting to do is they wanted to have their 2 top catching prospects, one in Indianapolis in AAA, Endy Rodriguez, and then Davis in AA with the Reading Fightin' Phils. So Davis is the guy. He's got a bat, too. 2 home runs in Sunday's game. Win over the Bowie Bay Sox. Altoona took 4 or 5 against the Bay Sox this past week. But Davis, a lot of catchers historically, it's like, okay, they can give you 250, 260, 12, 13 home runs, you feel good. Now, Davis is a guy who has the hit tool, too. Defense behind the plate is kind of his big thing. He's a guy that over time can be a 25, 30 home run, close to 300 hitter. The matter is going to be, how does he progress behind the plate? Does he move to the outfield? Where does he fit? Because if the bat continues to hit well, the Pirates, who are playing good baseball right now, are going to be forced into making a decision. Do we push Davis to the majors now if that means moving him out of his natural catching spot?
Yeah, and you mentioned the guy who is the other catcher in the organization is Endy Rodriguez, and you couldn't get 2 more polar opposite people in terms of physical makeup. Endy Rodriguez is kind of thin, and Henry Davis is stout, and you're more of your old school type of catcher. And the question will be which one of them might eventually be the catcher in Pittsburgh, and who might eventually find a different position, because Davis will probably play and has played, probably will play some in this series in right field because of how strong of an arm he has. And also, it's also the nature of the game that maybe you want to find a way to get him off his feet at times, get him away from behind home plate, or is it because that Rodriguez projects as a better everyday catcher? His backup position, if you will, like Davis is a backup position of right field. Endy Rodriguez has played some middle infield spots. So that's the difference between the 2 of them. It's an interesting situation, and it's a great problem to have for the Pirates, who, as Jake said, some of those prospects in the Pirates organization are starting to pay off for the Bucks, because Pittsburgh is a hot baseball team, has themselves right in the middle of things in the National League Central. The other top prospect for the Pirates in this series that we'll see in today's lineup is Leover Pagora. I'm going to say it a lot over the next 6 days. Leover Pagora is starting at second base. He's in the 2 spot for them. He hasn't really started to hit a whole lot, but they expect big things from him. overall he is their number 6 prospect in the Pirates organization.
And this is the byproduct of years of not great records for Pittsburgh. You get those high draft picks, and you get a lot of prospects. Seeing the same thing in Baltimore right now. You'll see the same thing. It's how Houston got good. A lot of bad years, and you get a lot of high picks, and you get these prospects. So, Altoona's reaping the benefits of that right now. Mason Martin, another guy as well. Sorry, a bug just flew right on me. Good morning.
On the live television.
The fly just. Little good morning message, but Mason Martin. But then you look, Nick Gonzalez, the guy that's in AAA right now. The guy who's starting today, Kyle Nicholas, another guy at the major league level. Rosny Contreras was in Pittsburgh a few years ago. The list goes on and on of guys from Pittsburgh that have made their way to the majors, just from great scouting, great drafting, and great development from this Pirates system.
Stars of tomorrow. That's what the Reading Fightin' Phils have said for a long time, and that's what you can see here at FirstEnergy Stadium. That's going to do it for our pregame show. First pitch coming your way at 11 o'clock. The Fightin' Phils and the Altoona Curve will have it for you. Thanks for watching the pregame show, brought to you by Mike's Sandwich Shop here in Reading. International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksorus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phils.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Phils Fiesta Friday partner.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome from FirstEnergy Stadium. Back live in Baseball Town alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool. Sit back and enjoy 9 innings of baseball this afternoon as the Reading Fightin' Phils welcome the Altoona Curve for the first game of a 6-game homestand here in Baseball Town. Altoona comes in at 7-7. The Fightin' Phils off to a struggling start. They are 4-11 as they begin this homestand. And we will jump into our starting lineups brought to you by Golden Oaks Landscaping. And for the Curve, leading off, it'll be the designated hitter Lolo Sanchez batting in the 2 spot, one of the top prospects in the Pirates organization. Leover Pagara is at second base. Dominic Leba is batting third. He's at third base. Matt Gorski, the center fielder, is batting cleanup. Batting in the 5-hole is first baseman Mason Martin. Batting 6th is shortstop Andres Alvarez. Batting 7th is left fielder Fabricio Macias. Batting in the 8th spot is right fielder Matt Frazier. And batting 9th, the catcher this morning for the Curve is Dylan Shockley. And they will be taking on Fightin' Phils left-hander Ethan Lindau.
Ethan Lindau making his 4th appearance of the season, 3rd start overall. No decisions yet. A 6.30 ERA, 12 hits and 10 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. But he's improved each time out at Portland a week ago tonight. 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs, a couple of walks, and 4 strikeouts. Was really on point too with his pitching. 79 pitches, 52 of them. Just 27 balls, 52 strikes. So Lindau, the lefty, our Phils will look to get a good start from him, turn it over to the bullpen, and see if the bats can get back to how they've been hitting at home these last couple of weeks.
Major difference between here in Baseball Town versus on the road for the Fightin' Phils, as Ethan Lindau's first pitch is a swing and a miss from Lolo Sanchez. Madison Stokes is in left field. Johan Rojas is in center field. Ethan Wilson in right. Carlos De La Cruz at first. Cam Cannon at second. Pedro Martinez at short. Matthew Kroon is at third. And veteran Max McDowell is behind the plate. Slow roller to Pedro Martinez. Up, low throw, and the long arm of Carlos De La Cruz with a stretch and out number one in the books in the top half of inning number one.
That's the kind of play you want to see from Carlos De La Cruz. Tested first at bat of the game for a short hop. Great extension out towards his right, and he's able to pick it. You know, they've been working every single day on his defensive work at first base.
The curve, in the visiting red jerseys with the gray pants. The Reading Keystones on display this afternoon here in Baseball Town in the white jerseys with the blue trim. And an off-speed pitch, and Leover Peguero is way out in front. And now 1-1 strike. Lindau working quickly, right back and ready to deliver. 1-1 pitch. They will eventually be replaced with blue Keystone hats, I guess somewhat similar to what the fans are now wearing. It was a giveaway today. First 2,500 adults got the Reading Keystone caps. Plenty of them on display here on a sun-splashed morning here in Baseball Town. Right now the count is 3-2 to Leover Peguero.
Bit chilly, around 50 degrees at first pitch. After 70s and 80s the first week we were here, Reading obviously brought the Portland weather back with them here to FirstEnergy Stadium.
Full count pitch, off-speed pitch is inside, and Peguero is a base runner on a walk. As Jake said, that has been one of the good spots for Lindau so far. Only 2 walks in his first 10 innings of pitching. But he does surrender a walk here to Peguero, and that'll bring up Dominic Leyba.
Even last year, too, 30 walks over 116 2/3, which was a career high in innings pitched for Lindau between Jersey Shore and Reading. Works fast, works around the plate. He's accurate, and today he's doing the same thing.
Leyba, the top hitter in the lineup for the Curve, and he swings at the off-speed pitch way out in front. Leyba at 341 on the season. Double, 2 home runs, and a team-high 8 RBIs. Not a big lead for Peguero off first base. As Lindau from the stretch takes a long look at it. Now he takes off, and the ball lined into right center field. Give me a long run for Rojas. He will not get it. One hop, then off the fence. Peguero actually stopped going around second base, but he will still have enough time to recover and score standing without a throw. It's an RBI double for Dominic Leyba, and the Curve jump out on top.
Calix Crabb, the manager for the Altoona Curve, put the hit and run on early from the third base coach's box, and Curve capitalized. As you said, you saw Peguero stop coming around second for a moment. With Johan Rojas' speed, you have to respect there's a chance he gets to that ball, but Rojas was shaded all the way towards the left center field gap, so he unable to get to that one.
If anyone was going to catch that baseball, it was going to be Rojas, but that was a line drive in the gap off the bat, and Dominic Leyba with his 9th RBI of the season, and the first pitch swinging is Matt Gorski. He drives one deep into center field. Rojas back to the warning track, will make the catch. Leyba will tag from second base and move up to third. So it's a long fly ball to straightaway center field for Gorski that is out number 2. And now Leyba is 90 feet away with 2 down and Mason Martin due up.
Also check that, Calix Crabb, the manager for Altoona, not coaching third. It is Blake Butler, the integrated baseball performance coach, who's at third base.
So Mason Martin, left-handed hitter, facing the left-handed hitting Lindau. Now batting, will Lindau try to get himself out of any further trouble here in the first pitch, and again with that off-speed pitch. He has gotten ahead of the hitters with that off-speed pitch, and the Curve have been well out in front of the first pitch breaking ball from Lindau so far. Martin is hitting at just 167 as he stands in. And another breaking ball is fouled off in and out of the mitt of Max McDowell.
Again, the veteran catcher getting to start the set this morning. Al Padrigi's got 3 catchers on his roster, 3 active catchers on his roster, which is a bit unusual with the limited rosters and the multiple pitchers that all these teams have in the Eastern League. But Al's had all 3 of them active all season. Tries to get him a chase on the outside pitch on that breaking ball again, but Martin lays off. So that's a 1 ball and 2 strikes to Martin. Run in, 2 outs, runner at third for the Curve here in the top half of the first inning. Long look from Lindau, 1-2 pitch, fastball inside, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Defense plays the straightaway, the left-hand hitting Martin pretty well straight away, both infield and outfield.
Lindau working quickly, so Mason Martin asked for time from home plate umpire today, Jude Corey.
2-2 pitch to the plate, long look, pitch, brings swing, and a foul tip. Just kept himself alive. Actually hit again in the mitt of McDowell, but could not get it to stick. And so Martin stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Never get too far ahead of yourself, Bob. I already had that jotted down as a K in my book, but McDowell behind the plate couldn't squeeze it. So Lindau is to attack again here against Martin.
This one lined into right center field, and that too is going to find a gap. That will plate Leba as Martin rounds first, and he will head to second base with a stand-up double. It's now 2-0, Curve on top.
Like we said, McDowell unable to secure that one in his mitt. Very next pitch, Mason Martin, granted a second life, takes advantage as he lines one of the gap in right center. Curve peppering that right center gap. They're trying to christen him that Red Nose Event Center, their first visit here since last summer.
Third double of the season for Martin, his 7th RBI. He's now in scoring position as well with a 2-0 advantage, and Andres Alvarez to the plate now for the Curve. And he takes off, and he will steal that base easily. Lindau really kind of lost concentration on the base runner Martin, and he was halfway to third before Lindau had even delivered the baseball, which was a called strike. So Alvarez now at third base with 2 down. And an 0-1 pitch to Andres Alvarez. Pitch tapped, foul, and out of play. Alvarez is just 174 on the season, but he does have 7 RBIs. You look at the Curve as a team hitting at just 232. But as we've seen already, they have been a productive hitting team. It's kind of the flip side of where Reading was. As we talked about them in that series against Hartford. Their batting averages look great, but runners in scoring position, a little bit of a different story. Going to reset the pitching clock. So Alvarez gets an unofficial timeout at the batter's box, but he's in no balls and 2 strikes count. Lindau trying to get out of more trouble here in the first. 0-2 pitch, just missed low, and now it's 1-2. Lots of off-speed pitch so far from Ethan Lindau. Comes again with the off-speed pitch and catches the inside corner for a called strike 3. That'll do it for the Curve in the first, but it's a productive one for Altoona. They put 2 runs across. They do so on 2 hits. They leave 1. After a half, it is Altoona 2. The Reading Keystones to the plate when we come back to Baseball Town after this.
Gear up for Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear. Plus, throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phil's attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, two great hometown partners.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are made.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. Leading off for the Reading Keystones in the 20th annual morning game is Johan Rojas. And our Reading Keystones lineup, presented to you by Golden Oaks Landscaping. We'll give it to you after this first pitch, which is right back through the box. Rojas backhanded by Pagero, and in time. Well played by Leover Pagero, ranging behind the second base bag and makes the play in time to get Rojas at first base for out number 1.
Looked like Rojas had himself a single up the middle, but Pagero at second, shaded that way. Nice, strong throw to first, and Mason Martin able to use some nifty glove work to secure it.
And so that will bring up Oliver Dunn, who is the hottest hitter in the Phils lineup, and the first pitch to him is over for a called strike 1. So Rojas swinging at the first pitch is out number 1, and Dunn takes the first pitch for a called strike, and the second also on the outside corner for a called strike. Kyle Nicholas, the right-handed pitcher for the Curve, working quickly and working ahead, quickly ahead of Oliver Dunn. No balls and 2 strikes. Big swing and a miss as Dunn chases a fastball up high, and that's out number 2 here in bottom of the first.
Kyle Nicholas making quick work of the first 2 batters. Nicholas 1-1, a 5.79 ERA. Pitched on Tuesday against Bowie. 3 hits, 1 run, struck out 2. Was dealt to the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 2021 trade for catcher, now for the Marlins, Jacob Stallings.
Carlos De La Cruz will step to the plate for the Fightins. And the first pitch to him is over for a called strike. So 6 pitches thrown so far, 5 pitches thrown so far for Nichols, and they have all been strikes. As he's now ahead of De La Cruz, no balls and 1 strike. That's one right back through the box, and again fielded by Pagero, a long throw, and in time. So Leover Pagero throwing some leather at the Fightins, taking a couple hits away from them in the bottom of the first as Reading goes 1-2-3, and after 1 complete, it is Altoona 2, Reading nothing.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us. We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit Burke'sCommercialRoofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's Classic Ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Back at FirstEnergy Stadium after a quick Bottom of the first inning for the Reading Fightin' Phils, thanks to the glove work of Leover Pagaro. It is a 2-0 start for the Curve as they come to the plate here in the top half of the second inning. Fabricio Macias will get the Curve started here in the second, playing in just his second game for Altoona, 0 for 3 on the season. And the first pitch from Lindau is a bit high for a ball. And the second one is a bit outside. It's 2-0. So Lindau got himself in a little bit of trouble with a walk, and it was Pagaro who made those two great defensive plays, who got the walk, and then a double by Domingo Leyba and Mason Martin have the Curve on top 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch is also outside, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes to Macias. Comes back with a pitch that's right there for now 3 balls and a strike. Macias taking all the way.
Lindau keeping everything close. Even the misses haven't missed by much, trying to work the corners.
And misses inside, and so Macias is a base runner. The second walk surrendered by Lindau. We'll bring up Matt Frazier.
Last walk of Pagaro back in the first came around to bite Lindau in the Phils. So the question now becomes, can the Reading work 8-9 of the lineup, try and induce a double play ball? Reading last in the league, 3 double plays turned. Their opponents, Altoona, today lead the league, 19 double plays turned.
Matt Frazier, left-handed hitter in the 8 spot today, and the pitch from Lindau again, the curveball low. Lindau a little frustrated with himself as he misses again. Frazier, the number 23 prospect in the Pirates organization, 6'3", 220-pounder. Originally from Fresno, California, was the Pirates' 3rd-round draft pick in 2019 at Arizona University. Pitch to him is there for a called strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Played 116 games for the Curve a season ago. Frazier hit just .219 with 6 home runs and 44 RBIs, hitting at .273 so far on this season. He's got 2 home runs, but only 3 RBIs so far. On a big lead from Macias at first. Frazier shows bunt, bunts it foul and out of play. And so now Lindau's ahead of him with 1 ball and 2 strikes. 5 extra base hits in total for Frazier on the year, with 3 doubles mixed in with 2 home runs. Fightin's pretty much playing him straight away, both infield and out. Matthew Kroon, the 3rd baseman, off the line at 3rd with the left-handed hitter up. This one ripped hard and foul and out of play. As Jake said, Blake Butler coaching at 3rd. And Gary Green coaching at 1st for the Curve. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matt Frazier. Curveball, big swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Lindau, out number 1 here in the second.
Lindau working to mix in those off-speed pitches. You got the 8 guy Frazier now. Shockley, backup catcher, getting the start today for Henry Davis. Davis just getting a day off after a 2-home-run game on Sunday, so we'll see if the Phils can attack Shockley here, the 9 guy.
Shockley is 6 for 17 in his limited role for the Curve, and the first pitch to him is up high for a ball. As Jake said, Henry Davis is one of the shining stars in the Pirates system, the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft. We mentioned him in our pregame show, our Mike's Sandwich pregame show. If you get a chance to stop by Tompkins Plaza on your way in, we'll be back out there tomorrow night. And Al Padrique, the manager, will be with us for our pregame show tomorrow night as the off-speed pitch again from Lindau and Shockley out in front of it. And he is now in a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Runner at first is Fabricio Macias. He walked. Shockley now the hitter with a 1 ball and 1 strike count to him. And that pitch is low, ball 2. Shockley, 26 years old, from Portsmouth, Ohio. Actually played his college baseball at NAIA school in Rio Grande, Ohio. So talk about a guy who's worked his way up. He was drafted by the Pirates in the 34th round. Runner takes off, throw down to second base is in time, and Messia is gunned down by Max McDowell on an outstanding throw. And that is now 2 outs here in the second.
McDowell has had a lot of success as of late throwing base runners out. Leads the Phillies coming into today, 36% success rate. That now the 6th runner caught stealing from the veteran backstop for the Phillies this year.
So Lindau now with a chance to make this a clean inning. He's 3-1, however, on Shockley, and this pitch is over at the letters for a called strike 2. So now the count is full to Shockley. So Lindau get himself out. Get himself back in the dugout now if he can get the 9-hole hitter out. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Shockley. Comes with a big curveball and misses it. And again, frustration on the part of Lindau. That almost looked like it kind of slipped out of his hand a little bit. And so that'll be the 3rd walk now surrendered. And as we said, that has not been an issue for Lindau so far on the season. He had surrendered just 2 walks in his 3 appearances so far, 2 of them starts. This is his 3rd start of the season. But he's already surrendered 3 walks, and there's 2 outs here in the second. At the top of the order, and Lolo Sanchez now up. The first pitch to him bounces up there. It may have hit him on a bounce and may have prevented the ball from going to the backstop.
Yeah, I thought it may have hit him, but open umpire Jude Corey just calls for time, and Sanchez stays in there. Seeing Lindau really struggle with command these last couple of batters. Tried to hit spots, wasn't getting it, and that happens. You just try to be so perfect, and that's where these misses happen.
So 1-0 now to Sanchez, who grounded to short his first time up. This one a hopper to Kroon at third. He'll make the long throw to first in plenty of time for out number 3, and that'll do it for the curve here in the second. No run, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the second. It's the Reading Keystones trailing the Altoona Curve by a score of 2-0.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you?
We head to the bottom half of the second inning, and now we can finally hopefully give you the Golden Oaks landscape lineup for the Phils in this game. They went so fast in the first, we never got a chance. Johan Rojas leading off, Oliver Dunn second, Carlos De La Cruz third. Matthew Kroon will lead it off for the Phils here. As the cleanup hitter, it'll be Ethan Wilson in the on-deck circle. Cam Cannon batting 6th. Madison Stokes is 7th. Max McDowell 8th. And Pedro Martinez in the 9-hole. Facing Kyle Nichols, who's just throwing strikes. He has done nothing but throw strikes as he gets the first strike over for Matthew Kroon, who's at 289 on the season. As he steps into the batter's box, 0-1 pitch to him is up high for a ball, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Today's Our Phil's team leader, brought to you by Cross County Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, is Matthew Kroon, who, along with Oliver Dunn, leads the team in RBIs with 8. Now batting in the cleanup spot with McCarthy Tatum having the day off. Kroon, big swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch, and he's behind now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Today's Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, Our Phil's team leader. Contact Johanna today at 484-554-9969 or by email at johanna.arias@myccmortgage.com. And a swing and a miss as Kroon is fooled on the pitch up and in, and that is strikeout number 2 and out number 1 here in the second.
Kyle Nicholas just continues to pump strikes and get swings and misses. Here's Ethan Wilson, who starting in the field today for the first time since opening day at Richmond back on Saturday, April 8th. DH the last couple of days after being activated off the IL.
And first pitch to him, swing and foul back, very close to us, as was the crazy hot dog vendor.
I think that was better than the crazy hot dog vendor's throw. I mean, the last one that hit the top of the roof, he had it.
Jake, I think if that could have been the first one that reached the radio box, but the roof hanging over the grandstand here prevented the crazy hot dog vendor from getting the first one to the radio booth. So, so close. As Ethan Wilson is behind now, no balls and 2 strikes to Kyle Nichols. Wilson, a left-handed hitter, 3 for 13 so far on the season. And this one is popped up in the infield. This will be another play for Peguero, a much easier play than the 2 ground balls he fielded in the top half, or the bottom half of the first inning. And that is out number 2 here in the second.
Nicholas continues to get quick outs. 13 pitches, 12 strikes so far in this game. He's definition of efficient. You know, Altoona pitching coach Kel Johnson has to be happy with the performance from Nicholas so far.
That'll bring up Cam Cannon. And the first pitch to him is up high. Cannon, a productive series on the road trip to Portland. He was 6 for 19 on the series. He's hit in 3 straight as he steps in here. 1-0 pitch from Nichols is there for a called strike 1.
Cannon's someone who's solidifying his role in this Fightin' Phil's lineup. 400 over his last 5, like Bob said, just a hair under 333 on the road trip at Portland.
1-1 pitch to him. It's way inside. It's 2-1. Giving Al Padrique another spot. Oliver Dunn obviously has filled a major spot in this order for the Fightins over the course of the season, with Cannon kind of playing a similar role as this one is a bit outside. Both can play second base, can play a couple different positions in the infield, and can use them in the DH spot, which is where Dunn is today, with Cannon getting the start at second base. And now it's 3 balls and a strike to Cam Cannon. And that one on the inside corner. Cannon trying to get himself a step, but the home plate umpire, Jude Corey, says not so fast. The count is full.
And this Phil's lineup and positioning has certainly been a game of musical chairs this year. Guys playing all over the diamond.
This one ripped but foul and out of play. Headed towards the deck head. Sign left field. Good crowd on hand on a Tuesday morning. 20th annual morning game here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Deck is full. Grandstands down the first base side. Third base side pretty full as well. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cam Cannon. Over for a called strike 3, and that'll do it for the Phils. Again, they go in order. And after 2 innings, it remains Altoona 2, Reading nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, The Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi, and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
The top half of the third inning is brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active living senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. Alongside Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Altoona curve 2, the Reading Keystones nothing. As the curve bat here in the third, Peguera with a slow roller and a hop for Matthew Kroon at third base without a problem. Peguera got that first inning started for the curve with a walk. Came around to score on a double by the man who walks to the plate in Dominic Leba. And another double by Mason Martin a little bit later on in the inning. Got the curve a 2-0 jump here as they bat in the top half of the third inning.
That's what you want if you're Ethan Lindau. Quick outs, throwing strikes, getting the calls. If you're Lindau, you need a quick and efficient inning here.
He's at 40 pitches right now as he throws that one to Leba. That's a bit high for a ball. As I mentioned, Leba with the now team-high 9 RBIs after that RBI double in the right center field gap his first time up. Here is the breaking ball for Lindau that's over for a called strike one. And this one up high, and it's now 2 balls and a strike to Dominic Leba. 27 years of age, originally from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, signed as a free agent by the Detroit Tigers in 2012. Pitch to him, off-speed pitch, brings him to his knees and eventually to his face in the dirt. Trying to time that pitch, and the curve had been way behind some of those breaking balls from Lindau. And Leba has to call himself a time and give himself a walk around the batter's box. Senior's got a chance to walk around the warning track today, and Dominic Leba doing that himself. Comes back with that same pitch, and Leba's able to hold off. I think Domingo was happy that pitch was outside the zone because he didn't want to have to do that again. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Domingo Leba. Comes with a fastball, and he's behind it, lifts it into right field. Should be an easy play for Ethan Wilson, and it is for out number 2.
So through 45 pitches today for Ethan Wilson, throwing strikes at a 56% clip. Through his first 3 games of the season, Wilson 74% strike clip, so 18% down today. That's Lindau's, I said Wilson, Lindau's specialty. Wilson made the play and right. Lindau's specialty is pounding the zone with strikes, and when he's doing what he's doing right there, if that's swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch, he can be a really lethal pitcher.
Gorski with a big leg kick trying to time up that off-speed pitch. He flew out to center field his first time up. And he's behind the count, no balls and a strike. Again with that big leg kick, and Gorski takes it for a called strike 2. Gorski at 188 on the season. 2 doubles and 2 home runs on the year. This one lifted straight up and behind home plate. McDowell off with a mask. Will give it a chase back to the fence and will make the catch. Nice job by Max McDowell to get to the backstop and make the catch for out number 3. And the curve go in order in the third. After 2.5, the score, Altoona 2, Reading nothing.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing, Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care, how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
The Enersys Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. The Enersys Power Alley Pub may accommodate groups of 40 to 60 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game with a unique vantage point.
To the bottom of the third we go. This bottom of the third inning for the Reading Keystones to the plate. And it is brought to you by Sports Culleton PC. You can expect reliable and experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a serious personal injury. Fightins will send Madison Stokes, Max McDowell, and Pedro Martinez to the plate. Looking for some action here with the bats in their hand. They trail the Altoona Curve 2-0. And the first pitch swinging is Madison Stokes. And if you've been paying attention and you're in the Fightins dugout, you got to be thinking, you know what? Let's get up there hacking, boys. This guy is throwing a lot of strikes. 21 pitches so far for Kyle Nichols, and the vast majority of them have been strikes. And that one just misses off the outside corner, and a good take by Madison Stokes, whose batting average at .350 right now is officially the team leader after a 4-for-19 series for Madison Stokes in the road trip to Portland. Got his first start at the tail end of that Hartford series and went 3 for 4. This one right back through the box and too hot to handle this time for Pagara. That was a rocket off the bat of Madison Stokes, and should be and is the first hit of the game for the Phils as Madison Stokes stays hot, and he is the Phils' first base runner for Max McDowell. Max at 150 on the season, but it's on the uprise as he was 2 out of 8 on the road trip to Portland. Max took a while to get his first hit of the season, and it came at the tail end of that Hartford series. Fighting so far in the season started out with the 3 losses on the road at Richmond, and then dropped 2 out of the 6-game series, went 2-4 against Hartford in the 6-game series against the Yard Goats here at FirstEnergy Stadium. And then again went 2-4 on the road trip to Portland. So that's why their record right now sits at 4-11. Hoping for some home cooking as they have themselves in a 2-0 hole with nobody out here in the third inning and Madison Stokes on board at first base and Max McDowell at the plate. And the first pitch to him, just a bit low and a ball. Judd Corey calling the balls and strikes this morning. Gabe Alfonso is at first base. Zdenek Zidek is the third base umpire, although right now he's between first and second with a runner at first base. Pitch up high, throw back to first, not a problem for Stokes to get back in. And the count now 2 balls and no strikes to Max McDowell. Wind blowing from left field, blowing towards the Fightins dugout. It's going to take a little bit of a pop to get it out here to left field this morning as this pitch is up and at the letters for McDowell for a called strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Wind blowing at about 6 to 8 miles an hour, maybe a little bit stronger on the wind gusts. Pitch over at the letters again for a called strike. McDowell fooled a little bit on the pitch, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stokes takes his lead off at first. Nichols will come with the pickoff throw. Not a problem for Stokes to get back. Stokes does have 1 steal so far on the season. Yet Madison's playing in just his 8th game of the season. As he takes a little bit of a bigger lead. This one, McDowell swings and just a defensive swing will fail it out of play. Stays at a 2 balls and 2 strikes count.
Also nice to see Madison Stokes continuing his hot start with another single to start this inning. Last time we saw Stokes here had that 3-hit game in his first start, final game against Hartford.
Takes his lead off at first. Long look from Nichols, comes to the plate and just misses outside. Now the count is full. Fabricio Macias is in left field. Matt Gorski in center. Matt Frazier in right for the Curve. Mason Martin is at first base. Leova Pagara, who we've mentioned several times so far, and this one's at second base. Andres Alvarez is at short. Domingo Leyba is at third, and Dylan Shockley behind the plate. Stokes takes off. McDowell swinging, and will foul this one out of play. So Al Padrique trying to get something going here for the Keystones in the bottom half of the second inning. Again, throwback Thursdays and select Tuesdays, and today one of those select Tuesdays at the Reading Phils will become the Reading Keystones, and a salute back to team who played here in Reading back in the 1920s, the Reading Keystones. Fans in attendance today got a hat replica of the Reading Keystones as again Stokes takes off, and again McDowell fouls it straight back, and Stokes will have to go back to first base.
Yeah, moving runners, knocking runners in on base has been a struggle for the Phils this year because they're second in the league in batting average. They are scoring just 3.9 runs per game, which is 9th in the league. But runners in scoring position, they rank dead last. Stolen bases 9th.
Again, Stokes takes off. This one lined into center field. Late jump for Gorski, and he dives and extends and will make the catch. Throw back to first. Gets away from the first baseman, Martin, but not far enough for Stokes, who had to hustle to get back for a chance to pick up and move on. Nice diving catch by Matt Gorski, taking a hit away from Max McDowell, and that's out number 1 here in the 3rd inning.
Excellent play by Gorski and straightaway center. They tried to get that hit and run on with Stokes running, and McDowell put good wood on it, but Gorski looking like his center field counterpart, Johan Rojas, from Saturday's game at Portland, making a full extension diving catch. You see that one, Bob, on Saturday from Rojas?
I did. It was very, very similar to what we just saw from Gorski, laying full extension as Pedro Martinez steps to plate. Big contact, no contact for Martinez. Gorski, one of the top prospects in the Pirates organization. He is a very good center fielder, and he showed it there and almost doubled up Stokes. Martinez, who's speaking of highlights in Portland, Pedro Martinez hit his first home run of the season in Portland, and it was a bomb.
Over 410 feet into the right field seats at Hadlock Field.
His only home run of the season. He's got 3 RBIs as he steps in with a man on first base. Pitch up high, and he lays off of this one. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to the 9-hole hitter, Pedro Martinez. Johan Rojas at the top of the order in the on-deck circle. Al Padrique at third base. Ray Ricker, his bench coach, is at first base. 1 out and 1 on here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-0 curve on top. This one fouled straight back as Martinez stays alive. So much better at bats for the Fightin so far here in this 3rd inning, making Nichols work a little bit harder. His defense helped him out a lot in the 1st inning. The over Peguero taking away a couple of hits on some balls back through the box. 1-2 pitch. Nope. Pickoff throw. No problem. Stokes, again, with 1 steal so far on the year. And he was taking off on a couple of the pitches in the at-bat for McDowell, but the Fightin's not with anything going on right now. At least not on that pitch with 1 ball and 2 strikes. This late swing and a miss, and Martinez is retired. 4th strikeout recorded by Kyle Nichols, and that's 2 out here in the 3rd inning.
Nicholas goes upstairs to Pedro Martinez for the 2nd out. But you know what Al Padrique's thought process was once he got Stokes on? I got to get him to second base before the top of the lineup comes up. They tried to, but close but no cigar. So now you got Stokes on first. Maybe we see Stokes try to go again to, you know, if he's out, okay, you get the top of the lineup up to lead off the 4th. If he's safe, then, okay, at the same time, you have a guy in scoring position with your leadoff hitter up.
I think the Altoona Curve are thinking right along with Jake Starr as they're going to have a conference at the mound. Again, it is the backup catcher who gets the start today in Dylan Shockley. So I think that's the thought process, is that if, in fact, Madison Stokes gets the steal, now he's in scoring position. If he gets thrown out, well, then Johan Rojas at the top of the order would lead off in the 4th inning. No, kind of a no harm, no foul situation for the Phils, trying to get something going against Nichols here in the bottom of the 3rd. Stokes with a leadoff base hit, and that's where he stands right now with 2 down. And Johan Rojas, who had a base hit taken away from him his first time up, stepping to the plate. And this time he lays off the first pitch, and it's over for a called strike 1. Johan at 26 as he steps in. He was 4 for 26 in the series in Portland. Looked like he was getting that bat going in a positive direction as the Hartford series moved on. This one slapped the other side for Peguero. Much easier play for him this time, and he'll throw out Rojas at first base, and that'll do it for the Phils in the 3rd. No run. They get their first hit, but they leave him stranded. We are through 3 in Baseball Town. It remains Altoona 2, Reading nothing.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player roster, and front office staff. It also includes feature stories and alumni reports on all of your favorite guys who spent time in Baseball Town. Visit rphils.com/programs to check it out.
Top half of the fourth inning, Kyle Nicholas on the mound for the Curve, Ethan Lindau on the mound for the Fightins. And after some early trouble, Lindau has settled down. He's got himself, however, in a 2-0 deficit as the Curve come to the plate here in the top half of the fourth inning. Jake Starr will take over in the play-by-play.
Thank you very much, Bob. Top half of the fourth inning, 2-0 Altoona after 2 runs early in the first inning. Game 1 of a 6-game set. 5-6-7, do it for the Curve. First pitch from Lindau to Mason Martin. Misses inside at the ball, counts 1-0. Mason Martin had an RBI double that scored Domingo Leyba back in the top half of the first. Pitch from Lindau is a hook that drops in for a called strike 1-1. Also for our Curve fans watching on MILB TV, first of all, thank you for joining us. Second of all, here's the 1-1. Down low for a ball, 2-1. And third of all, your top team, Pittsburgh Pirates. A deal through 2030, $106 million with Brian Reynolds. Here's the 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Brian Reynolds and the Pirates have been jockeying back and forth in regards to a contract these last couple of weeks. But it's like Reynolds and the Buccos, who are red hot right now, come to an agreement.
The 7-game winning streak changed things around that quickly that they were finally able to sign Brian Reynolds along with it.
It's like they were finally able to make an agreement. 2-2 home to Martin. That one's dribbled back towards the mound. Two-hand scoop from the pitcher, Lindau. Takes a couple of hops towards first and chucks it that way for the first out of the inning. Andres Alvarez, the sixth man, up to the plate. 1 out, top 4 in a 2-0 ball game. Altoona Curve have the lead.
Jake, I go back to that second inning. I think that caught stealing on the nice throw by Max McDowell that got Fabricio Macias, who had led off the second inning with a walk, really seemed to have settled down Ethan Lindau from that spot. He did walk the batter at the time, was Dylan Shockley, but he's really been better since then, and a lot less frustration in the body language from Lindau as well.
First pitch to Alvarez, upstairs for a ball, counts 1-0. Alvarez 0 for 1 this afternoon. Well, I guess still technically this morning, 11:49, the 1-0. Hook in there for a called strike 1-1. Lindau up to 56 pitches, 33 of them, 4 strikes for the tall lefty out of Locust Grove, Georgia. Here's the pitch. Curveball that got away from him. Lindau shook out his left hand after that one.
We've seen that a number of times, that he's kind of had that frustration where the ball's kind of slipping out of his hands a little bit, whether it's the little bit of the Christmas in the air that's having an effect on Lindau on the grip or not.
2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Another nice curveball from Ethan Lindau. Allowed 2 runs in the first. Worked around some trouble in the second, thanks to that throw out from Max McDowell. Then sent Altoona down in order in the third. It's been 5 in a row retired by the tall lefty. Time called as Max McDowell will take the trot to the pitcher's mound. Lindau with the long dark brown hair out of the back of his bright red cap wears the navy blue number 19 on his back of his all-white jerseys. Reading Keystone logo, the Pennsylvania Keystone around it. Smacked on the left chest. White pants down to the red shoes for Ethan Lindau. Max McDowell returns to his place behind home. 2-2, 1 out the pitch. Curveball in on the hands. Flare towards shallow right. Back goes De La Cruz. In comes the right footer Wilson. He'll make the call on the catch as he was drifting towards the line a couple feet off the infield grass. Nice play by Ethan Wilson. 2 away. And you like to see a play like that from Wilson, who we know was struggling with something on his lower body that put him on the injured list, and now makes a nice play for 2 outs. Fabrico Macias, left fielder, digs in for the curve. Macias walked and was caught stealing back in the second. 2 gone. Lindau kicks and deals. Fastball just misses outside at 87. Counts 1-0. 7-hole hitter up. Macias gets on. Matt Frazier awaits on deck. Here's the 1-0. And on the hands, popped up in the air towards shallow left center. In comes the center fielder, Rojas, and he'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, 7 in a row retired by Ethan Lindau. Bottom of the 4th we go. 2-0 curve on the Our-Phillies Radio Network.
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Pizza Como USA, Railroad House, Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus, 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet, photos, and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phillies mascot band. Regular season tickets start at $33 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL. Bottom half of the 4th inning, Ethan Lindau has certainly settled down for the Our-Phillies. 2-0 score. Curves still have the lead. 2-3-4 due up for the Our-Phillies. Oliver Dunn leads things off for the Fightins. We said down 2-0 bottom 4. I'm Jake Starr, joined by Bob McCool. Thanks for joining us this morning for the first of 6 between the Fightin' Phillies and the Altoona Curve this week from Baseball Town. Kyle Nicholas back out, first pitch home to Dunn is in there for a called strike 0-1. Oliver Dunn 0 for 1 today. Swinging strikeout in the bottom half of the 1st inning. Nicholas kicks and deals. That one looped foul towards our vantage point, misses just to the right of us. Hit off the facing just below the visitors' broadcast booth. Hopefully Altoona Curve broadcaster John Moses, his heart not beating too hard after that foul ball.
I checked to make sure the window was open, because if the window's not even open, then it doesn't even have to phase them. But anyway, to their credit.
They look calm over there. It's John Moses and the Altoona Curve video director. Here's the 0-2. That's down low for a ball 1-2. Nothing away, bottom 4. 2-0. Altoona has the lead. It's the red-hot Oliver Dunn. 320 entered today on this season. A home run, 8 RBI. Bats from the left side. Rests the bat on his left shoulder. Here's the pitch. That's in tight. Scurrying back was Dunn. Count moves 2-2.
Phenomenal in the Hartford series. He was 11 for 25 in that series. Really solidified that 2-hole for Al Padrique. And again, comes in team-high batting average. Leads the team at doubles. Tied for the team lead in RBIs.
2-2 home. Dunn tried to check his swing. Doesn't matter. Jude Corey behind home plate calls it a strike. So Oliver Dunn down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. And Kyle Nicholas, excellent start today, continues. 5th punch out And here comes someone who is way overdue for the Fightin' Phils, Carlos De La Cruz. De La Cruz was 2 for 19 at Portland last week. First pitch home.
De La
Up
Cruz
and away.
had pretty much led the Phils in almost every of those categories I was talking about a moment ago with Oliver Dunn. But that series in Portland has kind of changed that as he really struggled to get something going offensively.
1-0. Awkward swing and a miss from De La Cruz on a breaking pitch down. Counts 1-1.
And then had a base hit taken away from him his first time up. And that's the kind of things that happen to you when you start to struggle a little bit. All of a sudden the base hits get taken away from you by the leather as well.
1-1. De La Cruz launches it out towards right field. Backing up's Frazier at the track, and he'll get under it and make the catch. Just to the right of the event center and straightaway right field. Frazier makes the grab. De La Cruz gives it a ride. But nonetheless, 2 outs in the fourth for the 4-man Matthew Kroon.
On another day and another time, that ball probably finds at least the top of the fence, if not over the fence. But unfortunately for that one, for Carlos De La Cruz, again, the wind, a little bit of a factor in this one. You're going to have to hit it pretty hard to get it out here today.
First pitch to Kroon. There for a called strike, 0-1. Kroon is 0 for 1 today with the strikeout. 283 overall. Home run, tied for the team lead. 8 runs driven in. 0-1 and tight. Count moves to even at 1. Matthew Kroon, a 30th round selection by the Phillies in 2017, has ascended his way through the system to Reading. 1-1. Kroon lines that one towards short. Backhanded by Alvarez. Couple of steps. Throw across is high over the head of the first baseman Mason Martin. Nice backup by Shockley, the catcher. Plays it off a couple of hops off the facing of the first base dugout suite. So it's an E6 on Alvarez. That's his first error from shortstop this season. And that'll bring Ethan Wilson to the plate with 2 gone. And Bob, we'll see if the Fightin' Phils can do some damage now for 2-out base runner.
Yeah, Alvarez was a bit casual on that play because Matthew Kroon's got good wheels. And I think there was a piece of that Alvarez made the nice play on the backhand in the hole. And then the long throw. And then you realize that, you know what, I better hurry this a lot faster than I thought I had to. And he ends up airmailing it over Mason Martin's. And now you got to watch Kroon whether he might try to steal a base here.
First pitch to Wilson, swinging a miss 0-1. You could always email it.
You could email it. Might have been a better, more effective way to do it than airmailing it, which is what he did up doing.
A 1 count to Ethan Wilson. 2 gone, bottom 4. Fightin's down 2-0. Pitch from Nicholas out of the stretch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Shockley thought about snap throw to first to Martin, but Kroon back in. Kroon, 4 stolen bags on the season. An excellent week on the base pass last week at Portland. See if he tries and goes. 1-1. Wilson drives one towards right center field. Frazier and Gorski going back at the track, at the wall, off the top of the event center and gone. Ethan Wilson, reinstated onto the lineup recently, coming off the IL, shoots a game-tying home run off the top of the Redners Event Center, and we're all tied up at 2 apiece in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, I said you're going to have to hit it hard to get it out of here today, and Ethan Wilson crushed that pitch. Right fielder Matt Frazier, center fielder Matt Gorski just turned and said, man, I hope that thing hits a little bit lower than I think it was, and there was no doubt about it. That wasn't just over the 23-foot line that has to get over the top. That almost cleared the event center, hit the top row of signs off the Service Electric sign in right center field here at the Redners Event Center. That was a blast from Ethan Wilson.
So now the batter is Cam Cannon. First pitch to him was a ball. Second pitch in, swing and a miss. Counts 1-1.
And that has to feel really, really good for Ethan Wilson. You mentioned that he was looking like he was going to get back into the lineup in the series against Hartford, and then that heel issue that was bothering him kind of affected him a little bit in some warm-ups during the game he was supposed to start. And we kind of saw the conference going on between the training staff and Al Padrique, and the decision ultimately was to decide to sit him out.
Pitch to Cannon, line to right field. That's a base hit past the outstretched arm of Mason Martin at first base, and all of a sudden, in this 4th inning, the R-Phils getting the Kyle Nicholas.
And what's the difference? The error on the throw by Alvarez. Alvarez makes the good throw, And the Phils are retired in order in the 4th. Instead, it's a 2-2 game, and now a base hit from Cam Cannon as his hot bat continues.
So here comes Madison Stokes to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today, single back in the 3rd. He's got a man on first in Cannon. First pitch home. On the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Cannon leads off first. Our Phil's 2 in this inning. We talked about that 2-out error. Throwing error by Alvarez at short, shot over Martin's head, and the Phils made the curve pay for it. Swing and a miss from Stokes. The count's 0-2. Runs obviously will be unearned to the line of Kyle Nicholas after the 2-out error from Alvarez at short. Nicholas set at the belt. Long set. Pitch clock winds down. Here it is, the pitch. Stokes shoots a foul towards the right of the press box. Hit off the stanchion just above it. Drops in the crowd. So counts 0-2, 2 outs. 2-2 ball game after the Ethan Wilson home run. Runner on first is Cam Cannon. He's singled to the right side. Nicholas looking to escape. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball at 90. Counts 1-2.
Whole lot better at bats for the Phils now all of a sudden in the last couple. Mentioned this before, and Tyler Henson at the top step of the dugout, the hitting coach for the Reading Fightins. You got to be up there aggressive because Nicholas has thrown a vast majority of his pitches over for strikes. So you might as well be an aggressive hitter, and the Phils have done that in this inning.
Here's the pitch. That one's lined left side. Diving's Alvarez at short. It's past his arm into left field for a base hit. 3 straight base hits, all with 2 outs from the Phils. That brings Max McDowell to the plate, now with men on first and second in a 2-2 ball game. And now we're going to get a visit from Altoona's pitching coach, Cale Johnson.
Madison Stokes ended up being activated for the Phils after the unfortunate injury to Barron Radcliffe. That kind of opened up the door for Madison Stokes to get playing time because Radcliffe had been starting in right field. When Radcliffe hurt the shoulder diving back into first base in the Hartford series, Stokes ended up coming in as a pinch runner for him and then taking his spot in the lineup in right field, gets the start in left field. But boy, has he been a big spark for the Fightin since he has gotten some playing time. He went 4 for 19 in the Portland series. And as I said, coming in, team-high batting average at .350, and now he's 2 for 2 in his 2 plate appearances so far today.
Madison Stokes has reached base now in 3 straight, 3 multi-hit games in a very limited sample size for Stokes. Just one of those guys who stayed ready for his opportunity, got it, and has capitalized on it ever since. Mound visit over as the Curve finding themselves in some trouble in the bottom of the 4th. Madison Stokes on first, Cam Cannon second in a 2-2 ball game. 2 outs in the frame. Max McDowell steps in. Righty on righty matchup. Nicholas, a slightly closed stance, kicks and deals. McDowell lines it out towards right. Frazier going back. He's still going back. He's at the wall. He leaps, and that ball is gone. Max McDowell shoots one over the fence, and the Phils are up 5-2. First home run of the season for Max McDowell goes the other direction, and the bats have certainly woken up. 5-2 Fightins in the 4th.
The only question was whether or not it was high enough. It was far enough. It was either going to be off the fence and extra bases or over it and gone. And Max McDowell drives into that right center field gap. The wind has changed here since the beginning of the game. It was blowing in towards left field and straight across towards right field, but it has started to change a little bit. And now it has changed directions and it's blowing out towards right center field, which is much more customary. And
Martinez lines it to left center field. That's down for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Gorski, and the hit parade continues. 5 in a row for the Phils. All with 2 outs, and all after the throwing error by Alvarez. It was a tough play by Alvarez, but inning theoretically over if he makes that play. And Reading's tacked on 5 runs, now back to the top of the lineup.
As I said, it was just a little bit too nonchalant on the part of Alvarez, maybe underestimating the speed of Kroon. And all of a sudden, it opened up the floodgates for the Fightins, who have made somebody pay for it. And, Jake, we saw that in the Hartford series. These were the kind of things that were happening to Reading in the series. One mistake somehow or another turned into 2 or 3 runs, and now the Fightins have turned it into 5 runs.
Rojas settles in, 2 out still. Here's the pitch. That one's lined over the head of the second baseman Peguero into right center field. Sliding's Frazier to get it. Holt cut it off, but the wave around third for Martinez. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not in time, and it's an RBI double for Johan Rojas. And the kits and the runs keep on coming.
Great base running by Pedro Martinez. The question was whether or not it was going to get past Frazier or Gorski. And Frazier made the decision to stop the ball, but he had to go to his knees to do it. And then he has to pick himself back up. And Al Padrique was pumping Pedro Martinez around all the way. He was going to make him throw him out at home until Frazier could pick himself up and get anything on the throw. It was not going to be enough, and Pedro Martinez comes across and an RBI double for Johan Rojas.
For the second time this season, the Phillies have batted around. Last of the time also came in the 4th inning at Portland 4 days ago. Here's Oliver Dunn. First pitch home. He squares the bunt, pulls back. Counts 1-0 as that misses inside. That was Rojas' 3rd double of the year. So we've gone out, error. Home run, single, home run, single, double. And it's 6-0 Fightin' Phils.
You know, it's an early morning game, Jake. They just got them waking up a little bit. That's
Had
all.
to have their coffee. Here's the 1-0. That's down low for a ball, 2-0 to Dunn.
Clock strikes noon and the bats come alive.
Look, I said afternoon at 11:45. Well, it's 12:07 now. I know the old adage is always when the clock strikes midnight, but in this case, 12 p.m. was the good luck charm for the Phils. Nicholas set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Dunn grounds it towards second. Peguero charges. Chest high, Hops got it. And that will finally retire the side. 10 batters later in the inning. Our Phils get 6 runs in the inning, and they do it on a whole lot of hits. Make that 6 to be exact, an error, and 1 left on base for the Fight-Ins. We played 4, 6-2, top of the 5th up next on the Phils Radio Network. Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, High Noon Sun Sips, Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carlos Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, Apis Services, Supportive Concepts, and Affordable Home Care. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other culture elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office. To honor the 275th anniversary of Reading, the Phils will play as the Reading Keystones on all Thursdays and select Tuesdays in 2023. Tuesdays are brought to you by Coatesville VA Medical Center. Join us for 11 Keystone Throwback Thursdays thanks to Burke's Career and Technology Center, H&F Heating and Cooling, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Come celebrate the 275th anniversary of Reading and enjoy some great baseball on Throwback Thursdays in 2023. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office. Well, this game certainly turned on its head quickly. 6-2 Phils, top of the 5th, after a 6-run frame from the Fight-Ins that featured home runs by Ethan Wilson and Max McDowell. So, all of a sudden, Ethan Lindau, who has really started to cruise these last couple of innings, can really settle in nicely here. Matt Frazier leads off, 8-man. First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Jake, I think back to the conversation we had with Ray Ricker Sunday. He was our guest on the pregame show, and we talked about the fact that how close this team is, that sooner or later the bats were going to break out. You mentioned it in today's pregame show about the difference between the batting average at home here at FirstEnergy Stadium and on the road, and certainly all of a sudden home cooking kicked in for the Fightins in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Curveball in there for a called strike, 1-2 to Matt Frazier. Reading coming in today, 303 at home, 4.8 runs per game. On the road, 201, 3.2 runs per contest. Here's the pitch. That one is lined foul, just over behind home plate. Nice catch by a fan in a gray shirt, just to the left of home plate, behind about, 8 or 9 rows up. So the count stays 1-2, no outs, top 5, 6-2, Fightin' Phil's lead. Lindau kicks and deals. That's down low for a ball. Counts 2-2.
I got to tell you, I think that, and you and I have talked about the confidence level that Al Padrica has in what he's got with this team, and I think he would have told you all along that this is what he expects this team to be able to produce like.
Curveball towards first. De La Cruz dove for it, couldn't get it. Shoots down the right field line, a base hit. Wilson races over to field in the right field. Keeps Frazier at first, so it's a leadoff single for Matt Frazier. Dylan Shockley, the catcher, up to the dish.
Would have been a good play by Carlos De La Cruz, but just kind of a little bit slow to lay out, if you will. Again, it's a little bit of a reaction situation for Carlos De La Cruz. He's learning the position. We talk about it every game that we broadcast here on the Reading Phillies Radio Network, how Al Padrica and Carlos De La Cruz time and time again before every game are working on the fundamentals of playing the first base bag.
Here's the pitch. Shockley takes a curveball for a ball, 0-1. That not the easiest play in the world either for De La Cruz.
Right, but if you watched his mechanics, he was very slow to dive. His reaction time just wasn't very good. But he's so long, and once he dives, he's got a chance to catch anything.
Here's the 0-1, outside for a ball, 1-1. And for De La Cruz, it's all about reps, ultimately, at first base. The more games he plays there, the more ground balls, more short hop throws he sees. Game will certainly slow down for the 6'8" first baseman out of Yonkers, New York. Lindau from the stretch, set at the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball, dust inside for a ball, counts 2-1. Shockley walked his first time up in the second. Was eventually stranded on first when Lolo Sanchez grounded out to third to end the second. Altoona's been held off the board 3 straight innings. Lindau looking to make it 4. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards short. Martinez charges, flips to second for 1. Throw to first is in time. That's a rarity. A Univest double play. Just the 4th time this season the Fightins have turned one. 6-4-3, the variety. And just like that, we got 2 outs for the top of the order in the 5th.
That was a tremendous relay by Cam Cannon. It was a slow roller to Martinez. He made the sidearm flip to just kind of get it there a little bit faster, and Cannon just released it so quickly on the catch and then the flip throw just to get Shockley at first base. That was a tremendous relay throw by the second baseman, Cam Cannon.
First pitch to Lolo Sanchez in there for a called strike, 0-1. Pitcher's best friend's a double play. Well, the Arfield staff's friend hasn't been showing up much lately, but today they made an appearance. Must be the morning game. 0-1's in there for a called strike. Sanchez squared the bump but pulled back.
And again, that's another lift for Lindau, just like we talked about before with McDowell with the caught stealing. That's a lift where your defense can help you out as a pitcher and now get out of the inning.
Here's the pitch. Just misses inside for a ball, 1-2.
You know, Jake, I watch Ethan Lindau pitch, and I cannot help but think of Jamie Moyer.
That's a good comparison. Fastball at 87.
The good off-speed pitch, keep batters off balance. He's made some batters look really silly at times at the plate.
1-2, 2 outs, top 5. 6-2 our Phils. Lindau deals. Just misses inside. And I'm watching Pedro Martinez and Matt Kroon on the right side. Back-to-back pitches. Both of them have already started their trot towards the Fightins dugout on the first base side. But Jude Corey behind home plates disagreed each time. So try it again at 2-2 with 2 gone. Lindau kicks and deals. That one's down for sure. Count moves full, 3-2.
But as you said, the fastball for Lindau is only in the barely touching the high 80s. But with that off-speed pitch, it's coming in there in the high 70s. If he throws it at the right times, the hitters are well behind it.
Payoff pitch. Ground ball to short. Martinez has it read perfectly. Couple of gallops across, and it is in time. De La Cruz had to use all 6'8" of that frame to secure it. But that does retire the side in order. No runs on a hit. Was a race and a double play. Nobody left on base. We're halfway home from Baseball Town. Fightins. They're looking for more back on the other side on the Arfields Radio Network. For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, M-A-S-C-A-R-O, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, two great hometown partners.
Bottom half of the 5th inning, 6-2. Our Phils have the lead. Real quick, this inning brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, just outside of Lebanon. 3-4-5 due up for the Fightins in this 5th inning. Carlos De La Cruz will lead things off. First pitch from Kyle Nicholas. Nearly dust him inside for a ball. Count is 1-0. De La Cruz flew one out to the right field fence. Last time up in the 4th. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball 2-0. It was after that De La Cruz flyout where Bob notably remarked, the wind just not giving the Phils much today in right field. And then hence the next 6 batters, 2 guys hit it out in right field. I think we'll take it.
Yeah, you could see it was just starting to change the direction a little bit with De La Cruz.
Who swings and misses, makes it 2-1. Carlos De La Cruz is 0 for 2 today, ground out on that deep flyout. As we say, he's way overdue. Here's the pitch. That's grounded softly towards third. Charging's Leyba. Charged it with a bare hand, but it'll come off his hand, and that'll be a leadoff base runner for Carlos De La Cruz.
So sometimes when you're in a bit of a slump, those are the kind of things you need to get out of it. And you thought maybe De La Cruz had it when he started off this game, but unfortunately for him, Leover Peguero took a base hit away from him up back through the middle, and that's what happens when you're struggling. The defense makes great plays for you, and then all of a sudden you hit a 30-foot dribbler that you end up getting a base hit out of it. Maybe that helps to get De La Cruz rolling a little bit, who was rolling since the beginning of the season prior to that road trip to Portland.
First pitch to Kroon, grounds that one foul, left side. Was ruled a base hit, the 8th today for the Fightin' Phils, 6 of which came in the 4th. 6 runs, all unearned to the line of Kyle Nicholas. The righty remains out there, originally drafted by the Miami Marlins. Here's the pitch. And tight to Kroon, but gets the inside corner of a slider.
And the
0-2.
Conversation with Tyler Henson about Carlos De La Cruz, that he felt like he was kind of the product of some good fortune. He didn't think he was hitting as well as the numbers showed early on. The productivity was there, but he thought he was getting some good fortune. And unfortunately for him, that good fortune turned the other way.
Kroon lunges at one up and away, fouls it back. Count stays 0-2. Kroon, 277 on the season. He was the beneficiary of the throwing error by Alvarez last inning that sparked that rally for the Phils. Kroon from the right side settles in. A righty-on-righty matchup. Nicholas toes the first base side of the rubber and deals. Outside for a ball, counts 1-2. Kroon 4 for 19 in the series at Portland. Homered here at FirstEnergy Stadium on the home opener 2 weeks ago tonight. 1-2. Kroon dribbles it foul. Count stays 1-2.
Kyle Nicholas, you just got to figure out what happened. I mean, he was just absolutely cruising and should have been through the 4th inning with no further damage. And all of a sudden, Reading unloads on him in that inning, and now he's in a situation where he's just trying to hold on and hope his bats can come back in the next half.
Here's the pitch. Kroon just flicks one foul right side. Goes to the netting on top of the Berks Commercial Roofing stage in the Tompkins Plaza. The count will stay 1-2. This is the first of 6 between the Fightins and the Curve this week. Only trip to Reading for the Altoona Curve this season. Reading heads out to People's Natural Gas Field at the end of July. Here's the pitch. Kroon swings and misses. That's another strikeout, number 6 tonight for Kyle Nicholas. That'll bring Ethan Wilson up to the plate.
And he was much more of what Nicholas was able to do through that first 4 innings. He had the Phils off balance on a number of occasions like he had Kroon there. And again, he had 5 strikeouts before it all came apart for him in that last inning. There is some activity in the Curve bullpen. Mac Eckelman right now up and loosening up for Altoona.
First pitch to Ethan Wilson's in there for a ball outside, 1-0.
So far, Fightin's bullpen is quiet.
One out. Bottom 5, 6-2 Fightin Phils as De La Cruz leads off first. Here's the pitch. Wilson grounds it right side. It's foul. Just past the outstretched arms of Altoona first baseman Mason Martin.
We'll have Al Padrique on our pregame show tomorrow, again from FirstEnergy Plaza. A little bit more customary time tomorrow. 6:45 his first pitch. We'll be out on the plaza for the Mike's Sandwich Shop pregame show and talk with the manager for the Fightins. I'd be curious to hear what he has to say about the performance of Ethan Lindau when this is all said and done today.
Here's the pitch. That's down low for a ball. Count moves to 2-1 to Ethan Wilson.
And I say that because of the fact that the bullpen is quiet, because I don't know that Al Padrique would have thought that he would be getting into the 6th inning with Ethan Lindau going out there to start the 6th the way this thing got started.
2-1, 1 out. Nicholas set at the belt. Long pause deals. Wilson swings and misses. Counts 2-2.
A 2-run home run for Ethan Wilson. That's the stuff that the Phillies organization is high on. He's the number 14 prospect in the Phillies organization. And if he can get that bat rolling, that's a big addition to this Phillies lineup.
2-2. That one splits the wickets of the catcher Shockley. De La Cruz will jog 90 feet up to second base. That'll be likely a wild pitch, so count moves forward to Ethan Wilson, 1 out, bottom 5.
It's a pass ball.
What a pass ball.
I actually thought it might be because I'm not sure. From our perspective, obviously the catcher blocks how exactly the level of that, but I didn't think the pitch was in the dirt. If it's in the dirt, obviously it's a wild pitch. If it's not in the dirt, then it's a ball that the catcher should have caught. So it is a pass ball, and that allows De La Cruz to get in a scoring position.
Nicholas set at the belt, 3-2. Wilson fouls it off the netting behind home plate. Count stays full, 3-2. So as we said, it's the first of 12 between these teams this season. Reading and Altoona from July 18th to the 23rd, which is actually a part of the White Star fan road trip this season. Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Altoona won last season's series 7-5, took 4 of 6 in Curve, PA. Team split here in Reading. Wilson fouls it back. Count stays full at 3-2. Ethan Wilson 1 for 2 today. Opt out the second in the second. Homered in the 4th. His first home run of the season. Also first start back in the field since way back on April 8th. Here's the pitch. Wilson in on the hands, pops it up into the infield left side. Label, the third baseman, trots in, calls off Alvarez, the shortstop, and will make the catch for out number 2. Cam Cannon, the batter. 2 outs, bottom 5, past the halfway point of this one. Once again, Jake Starr, Bob McCool. Thanks for getting up with the Fightin Phils for this 20th annual morning game. All adult fans received Reading Keystone caps thanks to Reading Hospital Taller Health. Nicholas kicks and deals the Cannon. Drives that one on a line out towards left. At the track, at the wall, leaping, and it's in and out of the glove of Messias in left. De La Cruz will score. Cannon in the second on an RBI double for him. He smoked that one. And the left footer Messias unable to haul it in, and the Phils lead it 7-2.
So Cam Cannon continues to be a productive bat in the Phils lineup as well. Another line drive off the bat of the Fightins. And nice play by Messias. He just couldn't hold on. I think the jolt from the wall may have jarred that ball loose. It was in his glove and then out of his glove as he made contact with the fence. And that's going to do it for Nicholas. It would appear the call to the bullpen has been made.
Step in the near future with Alvernia University. This Golden Woods call to the bullpen will be back after this on the Phils Radio Network. Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, High Noon Sun Sips, Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, Apis Services, Supportive Concepts, and Affordable Home Care. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other culture elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com, or at the Customers Bank ticket office.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's classic ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Still in the bottom of the fifth, 7-2 are Phils after an RBI double from Cam Cannon. And the next batter, Madison Stokes, Bob, is a new pitcher from Altoona, Matt Eckelman.
How about 6'3", 285-pound Matt Eckelman? He's 29 years of age, right-handed pitcher. Originally from Shawnee, Kansas, was a 2016 21st round draft pick for the Pirates out of St. Louis University. Last year, talk about a season. He started the season last year in Indianapolis, which is the AAA level for the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. 24 games, 2 starts. He was 0-3 with a 7.67 earned run average. They sent him all the way down to High A Greensboro, where he started working on a knuckleball, and then worked his way back up to Altoona as well. Made four games, 3 starts for Altoona to start. And guess what? He starts with a knuckleball to Madison Stokes.
First pitch to Stokes, as Bob said, is a knuckleball for a called strike, 0-1. 2 outs, bottom of the fifth, 7-2 Fightin' Phils have the lead. Eckelman kicks and deals. Another knuckleball outside for a ball. Counts 1-1.
Very unusual. Again, a lot of obviously some struggles at AAA. Not only did they send him down, but they sent him down to Greensboro, the High A affiliate, to start working on that knuckleball. Had some success there and then finished out the season last year in Altoona.
That one's fouled back. Count moves to 1-2. Eckelman looking to escape this inning. Kyle Nicholas went 4 2/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, just 1 earned. Still on attack for the guy on second, Cam Cannon. No strikeouts, 6 walks, so can't close the line completely. Stokes flares one foul to the right side.
So again, for Kyle Nicholas, a tale of 2 starts all in 1 start. He started out tremendous, and then that error that opened up the floodgates for the Fightins, and he's not able to work his way through the 5th. That'll be interesting because, again, in this 6-game series, very likely that by rotation he would go again on Sunday in the finale.
On the outside corner for a called strike 3, so Eckelman strikes out. The lone R-Phil he faces, but 1 run in the inning for the Fightins on 2 hits. No errors, and they strand 1. Top of the 6th up next, 7-2 Fightin' Phils lead on the R-Phils Radio Network. For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, M-A-S-C-A-R-O, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, two great hometown partners.
We move to the top of the 6th. 7-2. Fightin' Phils have the lead. Jake Starr, Bob McCool, once again, thanks for joining us here on a sunny afternoon on the Phillies Radio Network. First pitch home to Peguero, flown out towards center. Rojas darts back and makes the catch a couple of feet shy of the track. It's 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring Domingo Leyba up to the plate. So with that out, Ethan Lindau, now a new season high, 5 1/3 innings pitched. Topped his previous high, 5 at Portland 1 week ago today. Was 4 innings before that. So he has increased his length out on the mound each time out this season. Lindau has 1 out for Leyba. First pitch is down for a ball, 1-0. Our Phils do have an arm up and thrown in the bullpen. They'll stick with the lefty, it seems. Taylor Lehman up and throwing. Pitch from Lindau is in there for a called strike on a fastball. Counts 1-1. Working from the windup, 1-1 from Lindau. And there for a called strike, 1-2. Lindau, who split time last year between Jersey Shore and Reading in 2022. 19 starts with Reading, 8 appearances for Jersey Shore, all of them out of the bullpen. That one's knuckled towards first. De La Cruz had it read perfectly and takes about 5 steps and touches the bag for out number 2. So Peguero fly out to center, Leyba a ground out to first, and that'll bring Matt Gorski up to the plate. Gorski 0 for 2 today. Fly out on a pop out. Lindau also up to 82 pitches. Career high is 93. Did that a season ago for the Phils against New Hampshire. Probably his last inning. First pitch home to Gorski. Curveball on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1.
But here's your difference. Now you start to get to the point where your starters are getting you now into the 6th and maybe eventually into the 7th inning. Just so much less strain on your bullpen.
Slow roller, left side. Hit off the foot, though, of Gorski. So the count moves to 0-2. And Lindau, 1 strike away from a very clean inning. He has sent Altoona down in order. 3 straight innings. Last inning aided by a double play. But if he can get this out here, it'll be 4 straight innings of 1-2-3 ball from Lindau. The 0-2, just below the knees of a breaking pitch, counts 1-2.
Now you're turning things over to your bullpen, and you're only asking them to get you 9 outs theoretically if, in fact, he gets through this inning cleanly.
Lindau from the windup, 1-2. In tight. Home plate umpire Jude Corey doesn't call it in the peanut gallery here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Not too thrilled with it. Great crowd for an early morning. Haven't had an official number yet, but I'm willing to bet looking over 4,000 here today. Here's the 2-2. That's down low, 3-2. Lindau in danger of losing Gorski. Al Padrique sits right leg up on the top step of the Phils dugout. Wonder if this is the last batter for Lindau regardless.
Well, you got a left-handed hitter in Mason Martin on deck with the left-hander Lehman warming up in the bullpen. So
3-2 is fouled back.
If you put conclusions together, which is really all we can do up here, is put some conclusions together. We'll throw a little conjecture in with the conclusions and think that would probably be where Al Padrique is thinking. That if he doesn't get Martin, if he does get to Martin, then Lehman comes in.
Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Doesn't matter. He got him anyway. 3 up, 3 down for Ethan Lindau. And if that's it, what a day it was for Lindau. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for Altoona. We move to the bottom of the 6th, 7-2 Fightin' Phils on the Phils Radio Network.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to the ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Golden Oaks Golf Club, PA Army National Guard, Culligan Water, Aspen Home Improvements, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $56 when purchased in advance. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at all Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phil's game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and
Bottom of the 6th, 7-2 lead for the Fightin' Phils. Jake Starr, Bob McCool. Thanks for joining us on what has turned out to be an excellent day at the ballpark. First pitch to Max McDowell in there for a called strike 0-1. McDowell 1 for 2 today, including a long home run. Last time up over the right field fence. Eckelman kicks and deals. Another knuckleball. Misses up for a ball 1-1. No action in the Phil's bullpen, neither for the curve. I wonder if Lindell maybe gets a shot at the 7th. Eckelman's pitch is awkwardly swung on and fouled back by McDowell. Counts 1-2. Lehman likely the next pitcher in. He was who was up and throwing last inning. But Reading's bullpen dead quiet right now. Eckelman, the righty, kicks and deals. McDowell drives one towards the line on left field. It is down and just foul. Just foul to the left of the line. Very adamant by the third place umpires at NX Zedek. Caught it foul, and then I think he pointed harder than a referee calls a charge late in the game.
Al Padrique will go over and ask him, but he was right there. I mean, there's nobody who had a better look at it than the guy who's supposed to have the best look at it, and that's the third base umpire. But he went out, he watched it, and he saw it fall. And Max McDowell, off the bat, looked like it was going to find some green grass, but it just landed foul.
And Macias giving it a chase out and left, but just couldn't get to it. Fabricio Macias. So McDowell steps back in. Eckelman, 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And McDowell swings and misses for out number 1. So McDowell inches away from an extra base hit. But they say baseball is a game of inches, and that one just missed left. So McDowell down on strikes. Pedro Martinez up, bottom 6. A 7-2 ball game. Fightin' Phils have the lead. Martinez 1 for 2 today. First pitch bounces in for a ball. Counts 1-0.
There's no question that you got to figure that the vast majority of these players at this level have never seen anybody throwing them a knuckleball in any capacity, unless maybe one of their coaches tries to throw one at batting practice.
Martinez grounds one back towards the middle. Cut off by the shortstop. Alvarez throws it on the run, and it's in time. So 2 quick outs. Some fan figured they'd be funny and yell foul ball on that, and garnered some chuckles from the Fightin's faithful here today.
2 middle infielders, Alvarez at short and Peguero at second, have taken away a couple of hits for the Fightins up the middle. Although Alvarez obviously has had the error that opened up the floodgates, but Peguero took away a couple hits up the middle in the first inning. One of them by the guy who's walking to the plate now, and Johan Rojas.
Looks like Shockley behind the plate needs a couple of extra seconds after that last play.
Not sure what happened. Did Martinez hit him with the bat, perhaps, coming out of there?
Yeah,
looks. The only thing I can figure.
Looks like he's stretching out that right hand of his, so not sure if he got it. Because if it hit him on the swing, it's catcher's interference,
right,
unless the umpire didn't see it.
I would think it was on the backswing that he somehow or another, the bat for Martinez must have caught him on the backswing.
So Rojas digs in, first pitch home. Upstairs from Eckelman, counts 1-0. You think of knuckleballers, R.A. Dickey, certainly a name that comes to mind. Former Met, Blue Jay. Certainly has had had himself a productive career. 1-0, misses outside for a ball, 2-0. Outside for a called strike, 2-1. But the fastball, Freckelman, has some life to it. 90, hit a corner. Mixes that in occasionally with the fastball. 2-1. And for a called strike, 2-2. Rojas peeks back at Jude Corey and asks where that missed or where it was. Rojas may have not agreed with the call. 2-2. Knuckleball in there on the outside corner for a called strike 3. So 3 strikeouts now for Eckelman. 3 up, 3 down for the Fight-Ins. 2/3 of the way home. Our Phils still up 7-2. Back after this on the Our Phils Radio Network.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us. We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightins.com to sign up for this free email newsletter. Baseball Town Insider. Stay in the loop and become a member today.
New arm in for the Fight-Ins. It's Taylor Lehman. Bob will tell you more about him and also take over the play-by-play. Bring us home, Bob.
Thank you very much, Jake. Speaking of the alma mater of one Jake Starr, it is also the alma mater of the new man on the mound for the Fight-Ins. That is 6'8" Taylor Lehman, left-hander, 27 years of age. Originally from Pittsburgh, played his college baseball for the Nittany Lions. Is our call to the bullpen from Alverna University Golden Wolves. Brings Taylor Lehman into the game to face Mason Martin, and a left-handed hitter for the Curve who takes one for a ball. Lehman back with a 1-0 pitch that just misses. 2 balls and no strike. Fightins are starting to argue a little bit, maybe fighting a little bit with the home plate umpire over the course of the last couple of innings. Jude Corey is the guy calling the balls and strikes. Ethan Lindau had some objection to him in that last inning. There's no objection to that one as Martin cannot catch up with that pitch from Taylor Lehman. Now it's 2 balls and a strike to Martin, who is 1 for 2, had an RBI double back in the first inning. That made it a 2-0 game in favor of the Curve. It is 7-2 Fightins right now. It's the top half of the 7th inning, and now Lehman gets the count 2 balls and 2 strikes as Martin swings through another one. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mason Martin. When it's all said and done, an outstanding effort from Ethan Lindau, who goes 6 innings. And is in position now to pick up the win. Be the first win for one of the starters for the Fightin' Phils. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for Mason Martin. He is a strikeout victim to start the 7th inning.
Well, speaking of Lehman's alma mater, Penn State, if you thought you couldn't get more Penn State, I have bad news for you. You're going to get more. Altoona's #2 broadcaster, Preston Shoemaker, a Penn State alum as well. He'll be making the trip to Reading, Pennsylvania for the Thursday through Sunday portion of this series. We'll have Penn State in both booths for the back half of the series.
It's like that gnat that got you in the pregame show. Those Penn Staters are just everywhere. Here's a pitch from Andres Alvarez, is inside for a ball. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Alvarez, who's 0 for 2, strikeout victim in the first. Flew out to right field in the fourth. Taylor Lehman making his 6th appearance out of the Fightin's bullpen. Bounces that one up there. 9 innings pitched. He struck out 8, has walked 3. As he's behind Andres Alvarez, the 6-hole hitter in the curve lineup. Comes with the pitch there that's over for a called strike. Outfield plays Alvarez straight away. Wind now blowing out to right field as the curve found out with the Phil's bats earlier in this game. This one lifted into right field. Ethan Wilson has it in his scope. He'll make it for out number 2 here in the 7th. Reading pitchers, as part of their pregame warm-ups, and a lot of teams do this now across professional baseball, especially in the Phillies organization, toss a football around in pregame. And I was watching Taylor Lehman at one point in time actually go through the motions of a play-action fake and then threw an absolute strike to whoever the pitcher was. It was so far down the field I couldn't even tell you who it was at that point in time. And I said, that was pretty impressive. Did you play football in hise school? And he's 6'8", and he said, no, I didn't play football. I played basketball. I said, well, I kind of assumed that when he played at Keystone Oaks High School. He said, nah, I didn't play football. I said, well, you threw that like you knew what you were doing with it. Including going through with a play-action fake on a throw. He's in a 1-ball, 1-strike count now to Fabricio Macias, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Walked and flew out to center field in his 2 plate appearances. Swings and misses at this one. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Macias just getting his 2nd start of the season, just recently activated on the Curve roster. One ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will do it for the Curve in the 7th. They go 1, 2, 3. It's 7th inning stretch time here at FirstEnergy Stadium, and the Phils on top of the Curve by a score of 7-2.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksareus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phils.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
The Alvernia University Golden Wolves call to the bullpen will bring in left-handed pitcher Braden Ogle out of the Curve bullpen, 25 years old, originally from Palm City, Florida. Pirates' 4th-round draft pick in 2016 out of Jensen Beach High School in Florida. Overall, number 135th selection in that 2016 draft. He will face Oliver Dunn, Carlos De La Cruz, and Matthew Kroon, due up for Al Padrique's Reading Keystones here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Again, Throwback Thursday and Select Tuesday, so day one of those Select Tuesdays on the 20th annual morning game here on a bright and sunny day here at FirstEnergy Stadium. And sunny so far for the Phils, who lead the Curve 7-2. Oliver Dunn, surprisingly, not part of the action. Leading hitter for the Fightins coming into today's game at .320. 0 for 3 so far in this one. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. He is in a 1-1 count right now facing Ogle. And the 1-1 pitch from the lefty is fouled out of play. Ogle actually was traded to the Phillies in July of 2021 and pitched last year for 36 games for the Iron Pigs. No starts in that. He was 2-2 with a 5.30 earned run average. 35 2/3 innings. He struck out 24. He walked 21 as he misses outside to Dunn, and now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then re-signed by the Pirates in the offseason as a free agent. So he was drafted by the Pirates, was with the Pirates for a while, and then traded to the Phillies in the offseason, or last year during the season in July, and then back with the Pirates now as a free agent. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dunn, and that one's in the dirt, and now the count is full. And Oliver Dunn, 5 out of 19 in that series in Portland. And believe it or not, that was cooling him off a little bit after the blistering series he had against Hartford. 3-2 pitch to him is way inside, and he's a base runner for the first time in today's game, and he leads off the 7th with a walk.
Leadoff walks, that's what you like to see if you're the Phils. Leadoff base runners more often than not come around the score. Now you got a guy who, as we said, is overdue, and Carlos De La Cruz at the plate. See if he can get in on the party.
Carlos had a base hit taken away from him on a comebacker through the box by the second baseman Leover Pagaro in the first. Flew out to right field to the warning track and then got a slow roller to third that was a base hit. Domingo Leyba only had a chance to barehand, and that was it. Pretty much of a swinging bunt off the bat of De La Cruz for his base hit today. So he's 1 out of 3. With Oliver Dunn taking his lead off of first. The first pitch to De La Cruz is up high. Ogle from the stretch takes a long look. Pitch to the plate is low, and it's 2-0. So as I said about Ogle last year with the Iron Pigs, 24 strikeouts, but 21 walks to go along with it. And so he walks Oliver Dunn, and now he's behind De La Cruz, 2 balls and no strikes. Make it 3-0. So De La Cruz will take a look down to Al Padrique, and traditionally, the skipper has given the take sign in these spots, but this is his 3-hole hitter who he'd like to see get rolling. See if that changes for Carlos De La Cruz. It does not, and it's a called strike 1. I thought I'd take a shot. Maybe he thought, let's get Carlos rolling.
Still got 3-1. We're still looking 1 pitch, 1 spot.
Good size lead for Dunn at first. Swing and a miss, and now the count is full. This 7th inning brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. If you've been injured at work, get justice. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Bottom half of the 7th inning, Fightin 7, Curve 2. Game 1 of a 6-game homestand here in Baseball Town. Oliver Dunn, the runner at first base. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Ogle comes back and gets De La Cruz swinging for the first out here in the 7th.
Good job by Ogle to battle back from being down in the count 3-0. And then able to bounce back and get a strong hitter out there in De La Cruz.
So that will bring up Matthew Kroon, who is 0 for 3 today. A couple of strikeouts, but he ultimately got that big 6-inning rally started for the Fightins by getting on an error. Here's Dunn with a great jump, and he will steal second base without a throw. The pitch was in the dirt to Matthew Kroon, and absolutely no shot for Dylan Shockley. So Dunn now in scoring position with the stolen base with 1 out here in the 7th.
Great song choice by our music guy, Ben Smith. Safe and sound after that stolen base.
So 1-0 the count to the cleanup hitter, Matthew Kroon, who's tied with Dunn with the team high in RBIs with 8. Change that here. That one's again low, and it's 2-0. Matthew at 289 as this season began. He was 4 out of 19 on the road trip to Portland. Fightins went 2-4 on that road trip. Going to change their fortunes back home. This one's in the dirt. Nice play that time by Shockley. Keeps Dunn at second base. But now he is behind Matthew Kroon, 3-0. So again, Matthew Kroon will take a look at Al Padrique. You think Matthew Kroon will get a green light? Dunn takes his lead off of second. And it's inside, ball 4. So Kroon is a base runner. 2 walks now in the inning. That'll bring up Ethan Wilson.
Yeah, you're seeing a guy like Ogle struggle. So if you're Al Padrique, probably telling your guys you're taking until you get a strike. 3-0, keep the bat on the shoulder.
Ethan Wilson, who really changed this game around in the fortunes of the Fightins with a 2-run home run. That tied the game up in the 4th, but the Fightins were able to end up getting a 6-run inning before it was all said and done. They lead at 7-2. So Wilson 1 for 3 so far on the day with that 2-run home run, and it was a bomb. High and deep over the right center field fence and well out of here, and almost cleared the Redner's Event Center. Left-handed hitter with 2 on and 1 out. 1-0, pitch, off-speed pitch, and he cannot catch up to it. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Wilson. And Wilson slowed out of the start of this season with what was a foot injury. It's our understanding it was a heel issue for Ethan Wilson. And it really bothered him mostly just trying to run the bases. That one almost hit him, and it did. Thought Wilson may have gotten out of the way of it, but apparently it did not. So Ethan Wilson is on base, hit by the pitch, and now the Phils have him loaded.
It looks like that one brushed Wilson, so hopefully not too much harm off of that one. And Wilson looks to be okay.
That'll bring up Cam Cannon. If Oliver Dunn was the hottest hitter in the Reading lineup, he may have been replaced today by Cam Cannon. The guy on deck, Madison Stokes, may be a close second in terms of hot hitters, but Cannon struck out in the first, singled, and doubled in his 2 plate appearances, scored a run, and has driven in a run as well. As we mentioned, he got the bat rolling in that series in Portland, 6 out of 19, and now 2 out of 3 back here, and a chance to blow this thing even more wide open in the Phils' advantage. They lead at 7-2 with bases loaded and 1 out for Cam Cannon. Curve get the bullpen moving again with Ogle in trouble here in the 7th. First pitch, Cannon swings away and fouls it out of play. Juan Minaya warming up now in the Curve bullpen. This one driven into right field. Frazier going back, looks up, and it is gone. Grand slam, Cam Cannon, as it takes a dunk in the pool in right field here at FirstEnergy Stadium.
How about a cannonball from Cam Cannon into the pool in right field? A great day gets even better for the Fightin' Phils. 4 on 1 swing from Cam Cannon. And how about that? What a day.
First home run of the season for Cam Cannon, but 4 more RBIs gives him 5 now on the day and 7 on the season, and the Fightins now lead it 11-2 as Madison Stokes steps to the plate. Stokes 2 for 3 on the day. Couple of singles to go along with a strikeout. Up high, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Madison Stokes. By the way, that was pretty good. I like the cannonball. That was very well done.
We're playing the affiliate of the Pirates, and their announcer, Greg Brown, always says cannonball. Clear the deck.
Yeah, but that doesn't land in the pool very often, but a cannonball in the pool. Madison Stokes on a rocket to third. Domingo Leyba right there, however, to spear it out of the air and take a hit away from Stokes. That's a loud second out here in the 7th. That'll bring up Max McDowell, who drove one out of here in that 4th inning. It was a 3-run home run for McDowell, his first home run of the season. He's 1 for 3 today. 11-2 Phils, 2 outs here in the 7th. First pitch, over for a called strike. So 2 walks and a hit by hit batter and a grand slam by Cam Cannon. And the Phils have indeed blown this thing open here in the 7th inning. Pitch to McDowell's in the dirt. Still no further activity in Reading's bullpen, so Jake's point probably accurate. Looks like Taylor Lehman will stay out there for the 8th. Economy of pitches for Taylor Lehman to get through that 7th inning. McDowell tries to check his swing but cannot on the breaking ball that's low and inside, so now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Max McDowell. Max, 29-year-old veteran catcher, came from the Yankees organization. Was originally drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers back in 2015. Slow roller that's foul and out of play.
Grand Slam, Reading's first Grand Slam since Jalen Ortiz on August 21st of last year against Portland.
Ortiz, who's now playing for the Iron Pigs. One ball and 2 strikes to McDowell. This one ripped, but caught in the air by Alvarez. So the Fightins, even the outs, have been hard hit here in the 7th inning. For Reading in the 7th, 4 runs. They do it on 1 hit, and it was a big one. The grand slam by Cam Cannon. We've got 7 in the books in baseball town, and the score, it's the Reading Keystones 11 and the Altoona Curve 2.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightin' Phil's birthday. The Fightin' Fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $130. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
It is indeed Taylor Lehman who is back out to pitch the 8th inning for the Reading Fightin' Phils, who now lead it 11-2. As Altoona comes to the plate here in the 8th, it'll be Matt Frazier, Dylan Shockley, and Lolo Sanchez, 8-9-1, due up for Calix Crabb and the Altoona Curve. Crabb, the first-year skipper for Altoona, was in Greensboro, the high A-level team in the Pirates organization. He moves up to the AA level in Altoona, along with a number of his players. Matt Frazier leading things off. And the first pitch from Lehman is inside, ball 1. Frazier 1 out of 2 so far on the day with a single his last time up, also was a strikeout victim. Christian Hernandez up and throwing right now in the Fightin's bullpen. 2 balls and no strikes for Frazier. 273 hitter on the season. This one's up high. Frazier, the 3rd-round draft pick of the Pirates in the 2019 draft out of the University of Arizona. Played last year in Altoona, hit just 219 with 6 home runs and 44 RBIs, but is one of the top prospects in the Pirates organization, number 23 prospect overall, just 25 years of age. And that quickly, Taylor Lehman misses on all 4 pitches. So a 4-pitch walk for Lehman after he got through Altoona without a problem in the 7th in a 1-2-3 inning. He walks Frazier to start the 8th.
Nice thing is, you're up by 9. If you're Lehman, just pound the zone. Don't worry about being perfect with it.
So that will bring up Dylan Shockley. He walked and grounded into a double play in his 2 plate appearances. Shockley, the backup catcher. We'll see a lot of Henry Davis. We talked about Frazier being one of the top prospects in the Pirates organization, not money higher than Henry Davis, who is the number 3 overall prospect, the number 1 draft pick by the Pirates in the 2021 draft. As Shockley steps in, and that's 1 out of the zone, and that's 2 out of the zone, and McDowell cannot handle the pitch up high. It squirted out of his glove, and it allows Frazier to move up. That's going to be ruled a pass ball on McDowell. On the pitch, it was a bit high, but still a very catchable ball for McDowell. And so now Frazier moves up into second base with a 2-0 count to Shockley. So it's 6 straight now out of the zone for Taylor Lehman. Make it 7. th pitch thrown by Lehman. And obviously 6 of them here in this inning. All of them have been, 7 of them in this inning have all been balls. There's one right there for a called strike with Shockley taking all the way. Hernandez appears to be loose in the Phil's bullpen. And he may be in line to come in regardless of what happens with Shockley here. 2-1 pitch inside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks to start the 8th inning. We'll see if that brings Al Padrique out of the dugout, and it does. It is indeed a call to the bullpen. Start your future with Alvernia University Golden Wolves. The call to the bullpen will bring Christian Hernandez in when we return to FirstEnergy Stadium with more after this on the Reading Fightin' Phil's Radio Network.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources.
Christian Hernandez, the new reliever for the Fightins, and he faces Lolo Sanchez. The first pitch from Hernandez is outside for a ball. So Al Padrique to the bullpen looking for somebody to throw some strikes after back-to-back walks from Frazier and Shockley to start this 8th inning. 11-2 is our score. Fightins on top of the curve. As Lolo Sanchez comes to the plate, Christian Hernandez makes his 3rd appearance for Reading, and they could not be two polar opposite appearances as his pitch up and in for a ball. He came in and made his debut for Reading in that Hartford series here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Did not retire a batter and walked 3 in his appearance, gave up a hit and a couple of runs. Much better performance in his 2nd appearance in the series against Portland. As he comes to the pitch here, that's a called strike. Pitched 2 innings in the series at Portland. Gave up 2 hits and a run, but did not walk a batter and struck out 3. So that's what Al Padrique is looking for him to do here, is throw strikes. 2 on, nobody out. top half of the 8th inning. 2 balls and a strike to the top of the order on Lolo Sanchez. He cannot catch up with the off-speed pitch. Fouled back and into the glove of Max McDowell for a 2 balls and 2 strikes count. Sanchez 0 for 3 so far in the game. Grounded out to short twice and grounded out to third in his 3 plate appearances. Just misses outside. And some more cat calls from the fans and maybe from the dugout on the first base side as well here at FirstEnergy Stadium. As just misses outside, and it's now a full count. Phil's infield looking for 2. Big swing and a miss, and Hernandez gets the strikeout victim. Lolo Sanchez out number 1 here in the 8th.
How about a This Day in Baseball Town History update? April 25th, 1967 at Williamsport. 40-year-old Robin Roberts starts his comeback attempt with the Reading Phillies in a 1-0 loss to the Mets. Roberts allows 8 singles. 4 of them were infield hits, struck out 9, and said after the game, I was satisfied. Phillies left 11 on base and absorbing their first loss of the season. But he was satisfied. Robin Roberts was.
Now, of course, 1967, the first year. Here's a slow roll to third. Matthew Kroon flips to second for 1. The relay is not in time as Leover Peguero will leg it out. He will be safe at first. In the meantime, Frazier moves up to third base. Shockley retired as the middleman on the fielder's choice. As Peguero now safe at first with 2 down in the inning. And that will bring up Domingo Leyba. So runners at the corners, 2 outs. And Leyba, who is 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI double and a run scored back in the first inning. Pitch from Hernandez, swing and a miss. Of course, Robin Roberts, a famed name in baseball history and here in Baseball Town, 1967, as Jake said, that was the first year of the affiliation. This is the 57th season of baseball here with the Reading Phils and the Philadelphia Phillies, the longest affiliated team in Major League Baseball. Robin Roberts, number 9, retired here in Baseball Town. Here's one lifted in the left field, going to be a long run, and will fall in front of Madison Stokes. That will allow Frazier to score on a soft single the other way for Domingo Leyba. He gets the single and an RBI, his second RBI of the game, and it's now an 11-3 game in favor of the Fightins.
No harm, no foul. Still an 8-run lead. Nothing to worry about here. If you're Christian Hernandez, just keep pumping the strike zone. Let him hit it. Let your guys make plays.
The irony, Jake, to finish that This Day in Baseball Town note that you had with Robin Roberts, the reason he was trying to make a comeback is he was trying to hopefully solidify his place in baseball history to become a Hall of Famer. He needed, I think, 15 wins to get to 300. I think he was at 285 in his career, and that's why he was coming back, because he figured 300 automatically gets me into the Hall of Fame. Well, he got there without having that comeback pay off. He had some success pitching here in Reading and with the Reading Phils, but ultimately no one picked up his contract, including the Phillies, so he decided to retire. But if you look at the numbers for Robin Roberts, they are some staggering numbers in his career. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count to Matt Gorski. Pitch outside. Just to give you an idea, Jake, he started 472 games. He completed complete games 272 of his 472 starts. His high in complete games in a season, 33. This one driven by Gorski deep into center field. De Jesus back and will make the catch casually on the warning track as Matt Gorski is retired for the 3rd and final out for the Curve here in the 8th. They get a run, they do it on a hit, and they leave 2. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th, and the Phils on top of the Curve, 11-3 when we come back to Baseball Town.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding.
So what are you waiting for? Download Valley Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org.
Step into your future with Alvernia University Golden Wolves. The call of the bullpen will bring in Juan Manaya for the Altoona Curve. 32-year-old right-hander, 6'4", 210-pounder. And first pitch to him is a hot shot towards third. Nice play by Domingo Leyba, knocked it down, picked it up, and still got it to first base in time to retire Pedro Martinez for out number 1 here in the 8th inning. So Leyba knocked it down and still got it to first in time to get Martinez. And that's the first out here in the 8th, and that'll bring up Johan Rojas. Rojas 1 for 4 on the day with an RBI double back in that 6-run 4th inning for Reading. First pitch swinging and a healthy cut for Rojas is fouled at the plate. Manaya was originally signed by the Houston Astros back in 2009. In his career in the minor leagues, he's pitched for the Astros, the organization, White Sox, the Twins, and the Nationals. And now in the Pirates organization, last year in St. Paul in AAA in the Twins organization. 29 games, he had 1 start, had 4 saves, and then was acquired by the Nationals and pitched in Rochester, the AAA team for the Washington Nationals, the Rochester Red Wings. He pitched 6 games in Rochester, no starts, was 0-2 with a 3.12 earned run average. So he's been in baseball for a long time, has never reached the major leagues. He's 32 years of age and pitching out of the bullpen here for Altoona. And the pitch to Rojas is over for a called strike. Johan did not agree with it, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rojas. This one lifted into shallow left field. Messias will come on, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up Oliver Dunn. Oliver officially 0 for 3 on the day. Walked his last time up, came around to score on a grand slam from Cam Cannon. Grand slam that broke this one open in the 7th inning for the Phils. Made it 11-2 at the time. It's 11-3 Reading on top as the Phils bat who are 2 outs in the bottom half of the 8th inning. First pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. Second pitch over at the knees and on the corner for a called strike 2. So Manaya quickly ahead of Oliver Dunn, no balls and 2 strikes. On the outside corner for a called strike 3, and that'll do it for the Phils here in the 8th. They go 1-2-3. We're headed to the top of the 9th. Fightins need 3 outs and pick up a W. They lead it 11-3.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phils fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phils fans, see an Our Phils road game, meet with an Our Phils player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phils road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phils in Altoona Thursday, Meet with an our Phil's player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phil's fan road trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $21. This selection includes barbecue chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, cookies, and so much more. Drinks feature all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL. Order online at ourphils.com or visit the Customers Bank ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
We head to the top half of the ninth inning, and again, the call to the bullpen brought to you by Alverna University Golden Wolves will bring Andrew Baker into the ninth inning for the Fightins to try to lock this one down. It's 11-3, Reading on top, as Baker will make the appearance. Christian Hernandez comes in and gets out of any further damage. Again, Ethan Lindau started. He went 6. Taylor Lehman pitched a clean 7th, but walked the first 2 in the 8th. Christian Hernandez came in and cleaned that one up. They did allow a run on a base hit. That run charged to Taylor Lehman. So Hernandez gets out of any further damage in the 8th, and now it's Andrew Baker's job to get the final 3 outs for the Fightins as they look to pick up the win in Game 1 of a 6-game series against the Curve. And they will face Mason Martin, Andres Alvarez, and Fabricio Macias. That's the 3 due up here for the Curve here in the 9th inning. Baker, the fireballer, coming in out of the Phil's bullpen, and the first pitch is an off-speed pitch. That is over on the inside corner for a called strike 1. There's the fastball that they check, they appeal down to the third base side, and they say he did not go around. So the count now 1 ball and 1 strike to Martin. Martin 1 for 3 on the day, an RBI double back in the first inning. This one lifted into right field and out of play. Baker, 23 years of age, the number 17 prospect in the Phillies organization. Comes with the breaking ball that's in the dirt. And the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew, originally from Montgomery, Alabama. 11th round draft pick of the Phillies organization back in 2021. Fastball that's been consistently in the upper 90s. Haven't seen the best of that as of yet. There's one at 98 that Martin fouls off at the plate. Fastball has been clocked over 100 miles an hour on multiple occasions, but also a very good curveball. And in many cases, that's the out pitch for Andrew Baker. He's looking for one here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mason Martin leading off the 9th. This one lined into right field. It will fall for a base hit. Hit number 5 for the Curve. Second of the day for Mason Martin. As Altoona gets a leadoff base runner here in the 9th, and I'll bring up Andres Alvarez. Friday and Saturday here at FirstEnergy Stadium will feature the first 2 fireworks shows of the Our Phil's season. Sunday features an Our Phil's mascots and characters meet and greet, autograph and photo session for all kids. All fans get to run the bases in the postgame. Our Phil's tickets, call 610-370-BALL or order online at ourphils.com. Good crowd on hand this afternoon for the 20th annual morning game. Deck is full. Grandstands pretty good on each of the right and center field, right side and left field side. 0-1 count. Pop foul and out of play. As Alvarez finds himself in a no balls and 2 strike hole. Alvarez 0 for 3 on the day. This one driven into right field. Ethan Wilson going to backpedal, going to keep backpedaling, and eventually will run it down out near the warning track. We mentioned during this game that the wind really changed, and it changed in a big way in the fourth inning for the Phils when they end up with a couple of home runs, one by Ethan Wilson and then a 3-run home run by Max McDowell, and Wilson kind of personified that. He thought he had it in his sights, and then he had to backpedal a little bit and a little bit more, and eventually tracked it down at the warning track for out number 1 here in the ninth. And that will bring up Fabricio Macias. First pitch to him, up and in for a ball. Macias, 25 years of age, signed as a free agent by the Pirates organization in 2018 out of Saltillo in Mexico. Pitch driven into left field. Stokes going back, will look up and say goodbye. Fabricio Macias gets his first hit of the season, and it's a 2-run home run that makes it an 11-5 game. So the long ball, the tail of the story today. Fightin's with 3 home runs, and now Altoona, who had a double party back in the first inning to put 2 runs across, now gets 2 more here in the ninth on the 2-run home run by Macias. It's now an 11-5 game, and that will bring Matt Frazier to the plate. Frazier's been safe on base twice in 3 plate appearances so far in this one. There's the fastball by Baker that's at 97, but misses for a ball. Frazier with a single and a walk in 2 plate appearances. Scored a run his last time up ahead of an RBI single from Domingo Leyva. Late swing at that one, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike to Frazier. Frazier had a big year in 2021 at Greensboro. He hit .314 with 20 home runs. Struggled last year in Altoona, hit just .219 for the curve. So he's back in Altoona for a second season. 25-year-old who's still one of the top prospects in the Pirates organization. He finds himself in a 1-ball, 2-strike hole now to Baker. And again, with a late swing, fouls it out of play at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Phil's looking to win game 1 of a 6-game homestand. Back in action tomorrow night, 6:45 first pitch. This one lifted into shallow left field. Pedro Martinez, the shortstop, will take charge, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So the curve down to their final at bat, and it'll be the 9-hole hitter in Dylan Shockley. Shockley's been on base twice in 3 plate appearances, both of them by way of a walk. Also grounded into a double play. First pitch, outside for a ball. Again with the curveball at 86. That's a lot of bite on that curveball, with that matching it up with that heavy fastball. There's the fastball that's over. Nope, just a little bit high. Baker thought it was over. Max McDowell, the catcher, thought it was over, but it was not. It was high, and it's 2-0. That one's definitely outside. It's 3-0. All right, you stick around for our post-game show coming up after the 3rd out is recorded. This one over for a called strike. And now it's 3 balls and a strike. Shockley taken all the way. Top of the order, and Lolo Sanchez open for a shot in the on-deck circle. 2 runs in here for the curve in the 9th. Fightin's looking for the last out and a W. Swing and a miss, and Shockley now in a 3 balls and 2 strike count. Baker trying to work his way back from a 3-0 count. Curve down to the last swing. Fans here at FirstEnergy Stadium on their feet trying to root the home team on to a W. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to the batter. Lifted into right field. Ethan Wilson started in. Now he's going back, and he'll make the catch for out number 3, and that'll do it. The Reading Fightin' Phils will take home the victory. The final score, Reading 11, Altoona 5. We'll take a timeout. Back with our postgame show right after this on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. Welcome to the postgame show where the Reading Fightin' Phils win game 1 of the homestand here against the Altoona Curve by a final score of 11-5. Altoona got things started off very well in the first inning. An RBI double from Domingo Leyba and an RBI double from Mason Martin. And the Curve were out on top by a score of 2-0, getting to Ethan Lindau, who started today for the Phils. And the left-hander got himself in some trouble in that first inning, but ultimately got himself out of it and settled down from that point forward and really pitched an effective game and ultimately went 6 innings. But it was in the 4th inning where the bats unloaded for the Fightins, and it all started on a 2-out error off the bat of Matthew Kroon. He was safe on a fielding error on the throw by Andres Alvarez as he airmailed one over the first baseman Mason Martin's head and allowed Kroon to be what was at the time maybe in a safeless, harmless man on first, 2 outs in a 2-0 game. No big deal. However, Ethan Wilson stepped to the plate to follow and drove one deep into right center field, almost cleared the top of the Redners Event Center. An absolute bomb off the bat of Ethan Wilson, and we were tied at 2-2. The Phils, however, were not done in the 4th. Cam Cannon was the next hitter. He singled. Madison Stokes then followed with a single, and then Max McDowell drove one over the right center field fence for a 3-run home run, and the Phils were on top by a score of 5-2. The bats still weren't done in the 4th. Pedro Martinez, the next hitter, single. Johan Rojas, the next batter up, drove one in the gap in right center field for a double that plated Pedro Martinez, and it finished off a 6-run inning for the Fightin' Phils in the 4th, and they took command of the game by a score of 6-2. And then came back with another in the 5th inning. Carlos De La Cruz got it started with a base hit. and then eventually came around to score on an RBI double from Cam Cannon. That made it 7-2, the Fightins on top. And then they blew it wide open in the 7th inning as Braden Ogle came on for the curve in the 7th inning and got himself in some trouble with a couple of walks and then a hit batter. And then Cam Cannon stepped to the plate, and he drove one into the character pool party into right field, and the grand slam, and the Phillies were on top by a score of 11-2. Altoona was able to counter with a single run in the 8th inning as Taylor Lehman got himself in some trouble after a clean 7th inning from Lehman. Out of the bullpen, he ended up giving up a walk to Matt Frazier and to Dylan Shockley to start the 8th, and they came around, and Frazier eventually came around to score on an RBI single from Domingo Leyva after Christian Hernandez came in relief. He gave up the single that scored Frazier to make it an 11-3 game, but then Hernandez was able to limit any more damage and get out of that inning. And then a 2-run home run by Fabricio Macias in the 9th inning off of Andrew Baker finished out the scoring at an 11-5 game in favor of the Fightins. So again, Reading back in action tomorrow night at 6:45. This one goes this way for Reading. 11 runs on 10 hits. They did not commit an error, and they left 3 on base. Altoona, 5 runs on 6 hits. They committed 1 error, but oh, what a costly error it was. It opened up the floodgates for the Phils to change this one into direction with that 6-run 4th inning, and the curve ultimately left 6 men on base. Altoona falls now to 7-8 on the season, and maybe some home cooking will get things rolling for the Phils with this nice output today with the Bats as they get to 5-11 now on the season. So we'll be back in action here tomorrow night on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network and, of course, on Bally Live and MILB TV as well. You can watch all of our coverage of Reading Fightin' Phils baseball from here in Baseball Town, as we'll have the game starting at 6:45. Tickets are available if you are interested. Again, you can do so by going to ourphils.com on an order online or call the ticket office at 610-370-BALL. Don't forget, fireworks for the first time on Friday and Saturday here at FirstEnergy Stadium. 6:45 will be our game start tomorrow night, and here in Baseball Town, we hope to see you out here as the gates will open up at 6 o'clock. We'll have our pregame show in and around about 6:15 or so, and the manager, Al Padrique, will join us for our pregame show brought to you by Mike's Sandwich Shop here in the Stadium District. Time of the day today, 2 hours and 32 minutes, 4,910 watching baseball here in Baseball Town on the 20th annual morning game. And it goes the way of the home team as the Reading Fightin' Phils pick up the W. For my colleague in the booth, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. As always, thank you for listening to Reading Fightin' Phils baseball. We hope to see you at the ballpark. Have a great afternoon, everyone.